Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 17th annual holiday podcast.
I don't
I'm
think
your
it's been. I
host.
think it's like 4 or 5, maybe 6, or the
I
number
think
after that.
six.
Seven?
I think this is the fifth or the sixth.
Yeah,
Well,
Some of y'all
welcome.
weren't even alive when
I'm
the
your host.
podcast started.
that's true.
Well,
Actually, that's crazy.
yeah, I'm your host Matthew. This is my co-host Bricks by Mine, and our co-co-host Bricks by Henry.
Hi.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
If you are watching this, it is Christmas right now, and that means you just got all of your awesome new Lego sets, some socks, and other
Yes.
things that you probably
Nintendo
needed,
Switch
but
2.
maybe you did. Yeah, Nintendo Switch 2. Make sure you play Mario Kart.
Make sure you play
Um,
Pokemon Legends ZA on the Nintendo Switch too.
Or maybe
Mine's
Donkey Kong Banana
downstairs.
Journey.
All right, thanks, Sean. That's cool, buddy. So,
Dude, awesome gameplay.
Thanks,
And
guys.
friends too.
Sean, you're being really annoying right now.
Dude, you don't have to look at it, okay? It was
Dude,
a
it's
pure
Christmas.
visual
Stop
bit.
fighting.
The whole bit was gonna be that I was doing that while you
No.
were talking. So
Well,
someone doesn't know how to focus.
sorry.
Okay, guys, let's have the
Um,
Christmas spirit here, okay?
Yeah, it's kind of ruined for me already, honestly.
All right, so what we're doing in our Christmas special, as we always do, is we're going through our top. Well, it used to be 10 sets of the year, but now we've got a third person, so we're each doing our top 5. Difference this year though is normally we try not to overlap. This year there might be some overlap because it's 3 different people. We're not gonna organize a perfect top 15. It's gonna be each of our personal top 5s. So that way also there's no weird oh, I took this off my list because it's on Matthew's. Nope, this is each of our genuine top 5 sets of the year.
I would also like to note in previous years, I think we got rid of this starting last year, we had exclusions where we would not include sets over a certain price. That has gone out the window because every Lego set now is over $200. So,
Yes.
Yeah, good
um,
point.
we no longer have that exclusion. So if you're wondering, oh, why is this $700 set on here? It's because that's not a rule anymore.
I think also a difference there is it used to be I think our rule is 150 if it's over 150, and the reason why we had that is
Yeah.
because I thought it was so lame to just have it be my favorite set of the year is Ninjago City because obviously it's $300, it's going to be great. That's another difference is something being $300 does not mean it's good anymore. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of great big sets, but there's also a lot of bad big sets these days. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't I wish there was more small sets and we could still do it the old way, but I think
Mhm.
at this point, what do you we have $650 sets. Do we put a $300 set in with that? Do we put it in with the $10 sets? It's so hard to have a frame of reference, so it's everything now. I
Yeah,
don't think we don't have
it's-
too many. I think between the 3 of us, there's only a couple D2C size sets though.
I think we might each
Yeah.
have one or two.
I've got one.
I
I
have
have one. I have like one and a half.
Okay.
And then the final point on that is this is not what we think are objectively the best sets. This is what we like the most.
yes.
I mean, I definitely try to take everything into consideration. My number 2, for example, may have been my number 1 if it was priced better, but I like it so much it's still my number 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not I'm not trying to be fully objective. This is the best, technically impressive, best value set of the year. That's just what has brought me the most joy, what has made me the happiest. This is
Absolutely. That's
Mhm.
how I went about it too.
So do we want to start with the dishonorable or end with dishonorable?
We'll end with dishonorable.
Well,
I think we're
let's-
Okay.
no, it's Christmas
let's
Day.
just say-
It's about
yeah.
positivity.
Yeah, yeah.
I have
Merry
there's one set
Christmas.
that kind of offended me greatly that we'll get into.
Okay. So let's start out with our number 5s. Who wants to go first?
Should I do
I
it?
guess I'll go first. I'll go
Oh, okay.
first.
Go ahead, Matthew.
My number 5 set this year was the Horizon Forbidden West, or I guess it was like the Horizon Adventures set. That set was awesome. It was so to preface this, I am a huge fan of Horizon, and what kind of got me into Horizon to start was the 2021 set. I liked the aesthetic of it before that, but I never played it. I have since played both games, and it's one of my favorite story game franchises of all time. And just getting this smaller playset was awesome. Also, the set has 745 pieces, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two really, really well printed minifigures. Like, I think those figures are perfect, and just like two really accurate builds of creatures from the game. I have no complaints with this set. It's perfect. It was
This set makes me
$45
jealous
too.
that like Horizon is getting this treatment and not something that I care about, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any attachment to the Horizon series, but that set actually made my honorable mentions because like if we were just talking about value, probably the best value set of this year because
Hmm.
it's like price per part is great, but of course price per part isn't everything, but it is something, and it is like an amazing
Yeah.
price per part. The minifigures don't suffer, the build doesn't suffer, and it's a ton of fun. Like definitely,
Mhm.
I really really like that one. It was close to making my list. I think a lot of people sort of missed that set because
Mhm.
Horizon is not what it in terms of popularity was not what it was a couple years ago, and it didn't come out alongside the game. And I think it's a bit of a shame that set sort of like fell to the wayside because
Mhm.
I think it's a really really good one, and I think you could find it on sale now even. So yeah, if you just like cool, interesting robot creatures and just fun minifigures, that's one I recommend picking up because it's a very
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, and I think like affordability wise, like $45 for what you get here, you can't beat
Mhm.
that. Like you
Yeah.
can't beat that. I think it probably is the best price set of the year.
I agree.
Mhm. Um. Henry, you volunteered, so why don't you go
Okay.
next?
My number 5 is gonna go to the Cullen House, the Twilight, the Cullen House. So a little backstory about Twilight for me. I watched it all in November with some friends of mine,
Nice.
and I did that because I knew the Lego set was coming out, and I really wanted to own a Twilight Lego set. So I wanted to actually have a reason to want it. That
Mhm.
being said, I'm not a like sincere fan of the movies, but I also kind of am. This set is great though. It looks great.
I really want this set.
It was a lot of fun to build. I got it day one. It was a very fun experience to go out and buy that with my friends and all of us like buying it the same day. Minifigures are great. It seems just like a very safe pick, but it is just such a solid set. I think the
Mhm.
only complaint I have is the wolf build is very rough, and even then, it's not a big deal.
Yep, that's one I don't have, but and I'm not a Twilight fan at all, but it's one I definitely want to pick up before it retires.
Yeah, and it is a
It's
it's a
just a
lore relevant location as well.
uh-huh.
So
Yeah, it looks like it. It's a great build and very good minifigures in it as well.
mhm.
I that set's old news. That's why because I was looking at this, I'm like that was this year. It's because I saw it at Fan Media Days last year, so I've known about that
Mm.
set for like 16 months at this point. So I think that's why it feels like quote unquote old to me. But
I mean, it also
yeah,
came out almost a year ago. It came out in February,
yeah,
so it's like it's been out for a minute now.
yeah.
Um, Sean, your number 5 pick.
Yeah, so my number 5 pick, I actually wasn't fully positive on this, whether this should be my number 5 or just an honorable mention, but if I'm just thinking about sets that like I was really happy to get this year, my number 5 set is the Lego Icons slash Lego Simpsons Krusty Burger set. Um, this was like came as a huge shock to me when I saw it at Fan Media Days last year because Lego Simpsons is back, and I am a huge fan of the Simpsons, and I've been wanting the theme back for ages. Never thought it was going to happen. I thought those two sets that we got all that time ago were going to be the only things we got, plus the minifigure series, of course. But yeah, it was very exciting to see it come back, and this does feel like a very faithful follow up to those original two sets, which I also have. Just chock full of references to the show. The minifigures are great, and I love getting so many new characters. The fact that it wasn't just reprints of characters from that original run, like we got what 3 brand new characters and then a new variant for Krusty that was
Hmm.
also exclusive. Um, and it's also just a really good location build. I've always said like location builds are my favorite thing in Lego. I much prefer them to whatever like Ninjago vehicles being produced. Location builds are 90% of the time more fun to me, and like Krusty Burger is that fully enclosed like very much to scale location that I love. My only issues with the set is it is definitely a little small for the price that they're charging. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. This is a set I paid for myself as well, so this isn't even like a fan media days like or a fan media thing where it's like, oh, you didn't even pay for it. Like I did pay for it, and I'm happy with the that I did get it, but the price they asked was to have a little high. It was 240, I think, and I think it definitely should have been 200 max. But
I think it's
aside
210.
from the, is it
I'm looking
210?
at it right now. Yeah,
Hmm.
Okay,
still not a great price at all, but
still not great. No, because it like because Quickie Bar and Simpsons House are both 200 if I remember correctly, and those
Mhm.
are both like a good bit larger than this. But yeah, I don't think it's the worst price set ever, and the set itself is like pretty much perfect. I don't think there's really anything I change about it. So
My
Mhm.
only complaint is I think the roof is really rough. I think
yeah,
it
it's
looks
also a little
really
weird in
awkward.
person. It's I don't even know how to describe it, but it's a very weird roof.
Yeah. Aside
My
from that, I think it
my
looks great.
bigger
I
I
love
don't
issue
getting
with
like
that
fine.
my bigger
No,
issue
that's
with that
never
set is
bothered
it doesn't come with the whole
It
family.
feels like it feels like a crappy looking fast food joint, which is what it's supposed to be, you know?
yeah. I get why they didn't include the whole family though, Matthew, because there was supposed to be a Marge
Oh, my bar
Brickheads gift
volume.
with purchase.
Was there?
Yeah, that was supposed to be the gift with purchase was Marge Brickheads, and it was like, okay, if you don't really need Maggie, or I think Maggie was supposed to be like a side build with Marge, so it's like, okay, if you buy this set and you get the Marge gift with purchase, um,
I,
you get
I
Marge
feel
and
like you're
Maggie as
making
well.
I feel like you're making this up.
No, it's real. You can do your own research. Look into it.
Okay. Um, but I think it's a little lame that we didn't get the whole family after not getting them for like a very long time, like a decade or more, even I think. But it's a very good looking set.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll talk about this later. Little hint as to what's to come, but I love when we get like places like fast food restaurants as builds. Like that's a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good set, happy it exists, and I like it a lot. It did also remind me of one of my dishonorable mentions as well, which we'll talk about later. I just
Me as well.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right,
Sean,
Matthew, what's your number 4?
We share that. My number 4, this one's going to be a little controversial. It is the giant Harry Potter tower.
So
now,
great pick, Henry. What's your number 4?
Man, I kind of want to hear Matthew out on this one.
Okay, I'll hear
Wait,
him out.
is this the $260 one?
yeah.
Okay, so my number 4 is no. Are we gonna talk about it?
Okay, so we've prefaced talking about Harry Potter before with J.K. Rowling sucks. So that's aside. J.K. Rowling sucks, and none of us support J.K. Rowling. That being said, I think this is a really well done set. It has like
It's expensive though.
I didn't realize that either. I thought it was like, I don't know, $80.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
don't know why you thought that.
Yeah, it probably should be like 20, 25 maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a lot here, but dude, this thing is like, oh my gosh, why? I'm like actually kind of upset now.
For me personally, the set is like perfect. It has everything I want.
Matthew, are you
from
like
it.
touching your microphone? Because there's like this metallic noise coming through on your end.
No,
It feels like you're scraping your microphone or something.
like actively,
Yes.
like right now.
Are your like feet up against your desk or something?
I know what it is. Has it stopped?
Small Frank.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Sorry, little guy. You can't be on top of my computer right now. Okay. But you guys make me feel bad about liking this set as much as I do. But
No, I have sets on my list that are controversial and maybe not a
I just
similar way,
think
but
this set captures like everything I would want it to about like this universe. It has really fun interior. It has a lot of space for minifigures. It has a lot of minifigures. It has a lot of like scenes that have not been depicted in Lego sets in a really long time. And it's like I feel like they were actually trying to like make it look good from the inside and the outside, which they've been doing since they started these last year with the Great Hall. And like that just feels really good because
the Great
usually I
Hall
feel
is
like-
$200 too.
Yeah, man.
So this is a $460 little thing you got going on here.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Wow.
But I think this set like did a really good job at what it wanted to, and I think it looks really good. it's not like a super special set, and if you don't care about the source material, it is just a big tower that is $260. But I really like it.
I will say the interior. I mean, I've only seen the first 3 Harry Potter movies, but I mean, I recognize everything here because it's all from the first one, right?
It's
And-
all
You've
the
only
first
seen the
movie.
first 3 Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, that's why I hate it so much.
Oh, okay.
I feel left out. So the way Harry Potter works for me is I hate it because I feel left out of a cultural conversation, but I have no interest in actually watching it. So
You're
instead,
not
I
missing
just
much.
say I don't like J.K. Rowling because I don't care about like actually watching Harry Potter or reading it. So it's like that's my excuse, you know?
I was very big into, and we've had this conversation before, but for any new viewers, I do feel important to clarify. I was big into Harry Potter as a kid, and I have a very, very complex feelings on the Lego theme. I personally decided to stop purchasing anything from it in 2020 or 2021, I believe. The big green castle was the last thing I bought from the theme, because my perspective is just, I have enough other stuff to collect. I don't need to collect it. It was cool for me as a kid, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I've got other stuff now, right? Because yeah, I don't like what J.K. Rowling's doing. That being said, I have met a lot of the designers on the Lego Harry Potter team, and they are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. I think a lot of the models are very well done. Others are interesting, but there's a lot of really great stuff. I will say this set does look quite good for what it is. Like, it's not something I am going to buy, will ever buy, but I think like the all-in-one sort of dollhouse style build that looks good from the outside and has such a rich interior. This is the kind of thing I would like. I will say I feel like it is just 10 buildings over and over again, and when Lego Harry Potter is now a theme that's been around almost 10 years again, to me at least, it's getting kind of old at this point, but it is what it is, right? I do think as just a standalone set, ignoring what came before it or what might come after it, it does look pretty good. I see why you would have fun with this one.
I will say, the Harry Potter. I saw this at work today. The Book Nook, the Hogwarts Express Book Nook. I actually like that a lot.
Oh, that's surprising because I actually very strongly dislike that set.
I think like the enclosed look. I don't know. We've never really gotten, aside from Brooklyn Designer Program, like a full enclosed train station like that. And I saw that and I'm like, oh wow, that's like that's like an actual thing.
That's fair.
Will I ever buy it? No. Will I ever even like think about buying it? No. But I mean, I like the train station aspect. Okay, my number 4 is gonna be the Fire Knight mech from Ninjago Legends.
He's a legend.
Lately, Ninjago Legends, I've been like looking back on it, and the monstrosity stuff was really cool. But I kind of view it in a similar way that I view Core and what Core was, where it's like, okay, these are great sets, but I don't have much personal attachment to them just because there's no show to coincide with it. That being said, I still love this set. I have it on my desk right here. I'm gonna pull it down just so I can look at it while I talk. It's my favorite of the 2 Legends sets. I think the Dragon's probably more technically impressive, but this is my favorite scale for Ninjago mechs. I'm not a fan of when they're like too oversized. I think like this scale and like the Zane's Titan mech scale are perfect. I love the little dock on the base build. The whole base build itself is great. The Kraken build's awesome. I really like the cape. I know a lot of people have issues with the cape. I love how you can pose it. And it's just such a unique looking mech for Lego. And when they can pull it off, I really like their Ninjago mechs that they do. And I don't know if hearing like anything from the designer at Brickworld really changed my opinion on it or enhanced it for me. I just really love how it turned out, and I think it looks great as a display piece. Yeah. And I mean, the fact that you can pose it around and stuff makes it double for play really well, you know? Yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, of the 2 Legend sets, that's definitely the one I prefer, because it does feel more versatile. While the Dragon is very good, it is, and it is impressive in a lot of ways, it is also a statue, very much. Like
I really don't like the Dragon. I don't like its like weird snake pose. I think it's kind of funky looking.
I think it's neat. It's like,
yeah,
you're building motion into it that you couldn't get out of a regular model without having like a bunch of exposed joints.
I get that. I'm not a fan of the way it stands.
I do wish I could change the pose at least a little bit, aside from like moving the head and hands.
But I think it's, oh, there goes my camera. I think it's
Rest in
very
peace.
impressive the way that I think it's very impressive the way that the Fire Knight mech can like it works fully functionally as its own thing while also still having the whole display stand.
Yeah.
I think about Legends, and I guess probably similar to what you were saying, it doesn't really like stick out to me as much thinking back to it, which is a shame because it is a very cool and unique thing for Ninjago, right? But
And I
so
think
that's
I
why
think another thing with Legends for me is I'm like, okay, great, we're getting like these adult-oriented sets that look great and display really nicely, and don't feel like they're compromising anything in any way for Ninjago fans. Like, all right, great, I would love more of these. But then like the 15th anniversary sets get revealed, and they're basically like that same thing, but it's also stuff that I have like very strong
Yeah.
emotional attachment to. So it's just like, okay, the luster of those Legends sets kind of gets lost, you know.
But yeah, I like the set a lot. It didn't make my own personal list, but I totally see why it's on yours here because it is very, very good.
Sean, you're number 3 or 2. Is this 2 or 4 or 3?
This is 4.
It's 4.
4.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep the camera off for a moment because it needs to cool off, but that's okay.
That's okay.
My number 4 list, which I know is higher up on some other people's lists, so actually maybe we'll save the full discussion about it until we get to the highest placement of it, I think. But my number 4 is the Going Merry from Lego One Piece, because Lego One Piece, I think, is probably, like, in terms of, like, new stuff, the best thing that Lego put out in 2026. I think it's so amazing that they acquired this IP, and they didn't just do one huge set that's, like, $500 and that's it. Like, the fact that it was a full play line with sets of multiple different scales was amazing, and I think the Going Merry really, like, ties that all together. You get the full cast here, you get a nice boat with, like, fun features, there's interior, it looks great on display. Like, literally no complaints with this set.
So this will also be on my list at some point, so let's just save the discussion for then.
I'll give my piece. I'll give my piece here. My One Piece.
You'll give One Piece, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a One Piece fan, but I am a fan of some other anime that could get sets, and seeing what they do with this theme makes me both really optimistic and jealous. Technically, it's not an anime theme because it's based on the Netflix show, but to me, this feels like they're kind of testing the waters of if they can even do like an anime theme. And it's also probably a lot easier for them to get the rights to this because it's a Netflix thing, which they have a good relationship with, than something like Toei. But I think they absolutely nailed it with the theme as a whole.
I agree.
Just really, really jealous of One Piece fans that they have this really great theme. You know,
it's awesome. I loved it, as I will discuss a little later on. But Sean, can we move on, or do you have anything else you want to add? Just like
nope,
for
go
your
ahead.
section?
Again, if I have anything else to say, we'll say it when we talk about yours.
So my number 3 pick. This is a weird one, and even having it on here, I'm like, is this really in my top 5? But like,
dude, the amount you've talked about it to me, I think it has to be.
Yeah. So my number 3 is the V19 from Lego Star Wars. That is, I don't actually have the full-sized one here. This is like a toy of that ship. So this is an incredibly ugly spaceship. I think it is one of Star Wars's worst designs, honestly. However,
I agree. How I felt when you bought it.
I have a lot of nostalgia around this set because this was the second Clone Wars set that I got, and it had a play feature on the original
just so
set.
you know, that play feature is really loud in the microphone when you do it, like, under the desk.
Okay. It had a play feature where, like, all of this would open together with, like, a gear system, and that was the coolest thing ever when you're an 8-year-old. And also, this set gave me maybe my favorite Star Wars minifigure of all time, Arm Printing Clone Wars Obi-Wan. I absolutely love this minifigure. It's one of my favorite minifigures ever. It's incredible. Also, it came with Asajj Ventress, who's also cool, and a new clone pilot. But like, this is just like a really generic spaceship. I don't think it's doing well either because it's like half off everywhere, and it came out
like also like
$4
$300 on release. How much did it cost? 80.
It was
It's 65. Which is
65?
for 567 pieces, not a bad price in modern day standards.
No, I
No,
mean
that's
also
actually not as
the
bad as I thought it. I don't know why I thought that set was $80. I don't know why.
the original version of this set was 55. It was a lot larger, and a lot of people have an issue with the downsizing. I actually prefer the downsizing. I always like Star Wars ships to be a little
Yeah,
bit smaller than would
I think
actually make sense.
I totally agree with that. Because it's more fun to play with as a kid. Like I would have
Well,
these smaller ships that were just massive, and
I like smaller ships more because like when you display them with a UCS set, they look a little more like
mhm.
equitable to one another. Like
That was another thing is I would
you
have
can
like
see the V19.
yeah
It's right there, and it's
yeah
like
under the Venator.
that's the UCS Venator, and like they kind of look good together. Not
Yeah,
the same scale at all,
that's my thing
but
is
like
I'm like if I have like an X-wing and I put that next to a Star Destroyer, right? Like a full scale minifigure scale X-wing. A Lego
yeah,
Star Destroyer for play scale is not going to be to scale with an X-wing, but that
yeah.
X-wing is going to be like nearly the same footprint size
hmm
as the Star Destroyer. So I'd rather have a smaller X-wing.
Yeah, I kind of love like in the UCS Death Star set, we got two vehicles in that scale. I
Mhm.
think those are smaller than what the
Oh yeah,
V19 is.
yeah,
But I love that scale so much because it kind of lets you like actually play with your spaceships while having a fully functional spaceship and also like allowing it to kind of scale with things
yeah.
much larger than it.
And I mean, like in the to give props to that Death Star, I think like being able to play with ships inside of that docking bay is really important.
hmm Absolutely. And I mean, I have my problems with that Death Star. The docking bay is one of my favorite parts of it. I think it's really
I agree.
cool that like you have that like giant play space to
No,
put
my
a
favorite
full
part is
size
like the
spaceship.
little indent, like the little room inside of the docking bay that's there. I don't know if there's an actual thing down there or if that's just like a hole, but
Oh,
I
like
like that
the
that's there.
elevator?
Yeah. Or not the
Yeah.
elevator, but like the yeah, I think it is an elevator actually.
I think it's not a functional elevator on the Lego set, but I think in universe, like stormtroopers raised out of there.
Yeah. But anyways, we're
Um,
not talking about the Death Star, right?
no,
I love
but
Star Wars.
Another
the
day.
V19 also. Another point for the V19, the build was really fun when I built it. It used some like interesting techniques, and it's really sleek looking when you like finish building it. So it was just like an all around good set from like a year in Star Wars that I like very strongly disliked. Like most
Mhm.
of the sets that Star Wars put out.
Yeah.
That was like a beacon of light for me, and I quite frankly might have liked the set less if the rest of the year was better. But I think it was an overall like C minus to D like year for Star Wars. I think it's one of Star Wars's worst years ever. Um,
I want to mention with the Asajj minifigure, uh I always like and this is part of the reason why I prefer a lot of older Star Wars stuff versus like
mhm.
more modern actual like accurate sets.
Yeah,
I always prefer when the colors are more vibrant than accurate.
I agree. I agree.
So I very much like this Ventress minifigure. They could have done dark
Mhm.
blue and that probably would have been more accurate, but like man, the purple Ventress looks so sick.
It really
That's
does.
so nice.
I have her. I have her
Like
right
I
here.
love
She's
the
a
more
really cool figure.
cartoonish, vibrant stuff
hmm
than like anything like muted colors. That's why I prefer those old TIE fighters, like the blue and black ones.
It's more fun. Like
Yeah.
I want sets and minifigures to pop out more. That's also why I love the One Piece figures so much because they got the color like grading on them really good. I think.
hmm
But Henry, what is your number three?
My number three is going to be maybe a controversial one. I know people don't like this one as much as I do, but it's going to be the
Mhm.
Der Burger restaurant. Um,
Oh,
like I
okay,
said earlier,
interesting.
I love getting fast food places and stuff like that
Uh-huh.
as sets. Um, so this kind of fits that, but also I love Lego Fortnite so much. It is aside from Ninjago, probably my favorite theme that will probably have sets in 2026.
hmm
Uh, and this is my favorite of the wave so far. Well, okay,
Yeah.
Battle Bus is better, but my favorite of the theme from this year. Uh, great minifigures. I had so much fun building this. I mean, I love location builds, and those are the most fun for me to put together. But this one in particular, I remember building it and just being like, "Man, I'm so happy right now." uh,
I still need to get this one. I don't have it yet.
So I like this set a lot too. My biggest thing
Yeah.
with it is there's just not enough of it. Like, it is such a great idea, but it's so tiny. Is my only thing
Mhm.
with it.
I mean, that's also kind of partially why I like it though. Because the price isn't great,
Right.
but
Well,
it's also
if it was $40 and it was this, I'd be like, oh, it's cute that it's tiny.
Mhm.
But for the price they're charging and the scale of it, I just wish there was more.
I'm like, if this thing was bigger, it would have cost maybe like $20 more. And I also don't have the room for a full scale Durburger, so I'm
Mhm.
completely happy with something like this. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Really love
I
it.
I also think this one's interesting because it really teeters the line of being a battle royale set.
I think that's why it resonates with me so much is because it basically just is a location from Battle Royale.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like Lego Fortnite a lot. I don't think the video will be out by the time this goes up, but I may or may not be building something with this set currently. But yeah, Lego Fortnite is a great theme that I want to see more from, and I I'm a little surprised to see it at your number three, but because I like this set, but it does not even make my honorable mention. But
I'm just
I agree
thinking of
with it.
how joyous I was while building it.
That's perfectly fair. That is
Like, I was so
perfectly fair.
happy, dude. And
Yeah.
so Lego for me, and I don't mean to sound like pessimistic or anything, but honestly, it kind of feels like kind of like a chore sometimes to build. This set was like a breath of fresh air because it's not a very complicated build at all, but it still feels like I'm building something substantial,
Yeah.
and it's also Fortnite, so
Yeah.
I'm happy while building it.
Yep. Good set. Fun set.
Mhm.
Yeah,
$65 though. Not be $65. Luckily,
yeah,
it's not though anywhere
but
anymore. Like
I don't
this is
I
on
don't want
sale
to
all the time.
I don't want to like stick on prices too much because there's things way worse priced right now than
Oh
this,
yeah.
and everything's also poorly priced anyways.
Yes. Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree.
Not an excuse, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna count that against
Yeah.
many sets these days.
Should I
Sean?
go? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number three set is Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech from Ninjago, and actually, I guess mine's a similar story to what you were just describing with Durburger. And the reason why this is on this list, I mean, it's a great set. Don't get me wrong. We'll get into that in just a moment. But what really stuck out to me when I was building this is I was putting this together and I went, wow, this is like a kind of a work of art. Like actually, like
Mhm.
it's stuck out to me. And I'm like, I it must be horrible to just be like exclusively a Lego Star Wars fan and never get to build
Yeah.
something like this because just the artistry that went into making this thing function the way that it does, how it's one cohesive mech that splits apart into four cohesive modules, and all the modules feel very complete on their own. The mech feels very complete when it's all together. It is so technically impressive while also still being very stable, like for posing, but also stable, like no pieces are falling off, and just looking really cool as well. Like
Yeah. I think this is the
this,
most cohesive, like, I like that original combo mech a lot, but this blows it out of the water completely. Both,
oh
like,
yeah,
this poses way better, looks way better, the shaping is on point with this thing.
this like honestly reawakened some of my love for Ninjago. Not that it was missing. Like I always loved Ninjago, but like putting this together made me go, wow, I feel lucky to be a Ninjago fan. I feel lucky to have the chance to build something like this. Like it is just that cool in my opinion. And the fact that like even though just posing this thing's fun, like doing the 3 point superhero landing where you have like one arm up and then both legs and one arm on the ground is really cool. I love the big Zane that it comes with, how he integrates into the thing as like chest armor, but then he's also super neat on his own. It is just a really, really phenomenal set.
I think the concepts within the set itself are just so cool as well. Like,
Yeah.
having Zane himself be, like, a module of the mech, and that's just Zane, it's not like Zane
Yeah.
inside of a mech, it's
No,
just
exactly.
Zane.
Zane
And then
himself. Yep.
the wings are just Ryu holding on to the back, it's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a cool
Absolutely.
idea. I don't know how you even come up with that.
I know, like I don't even know where to begin. And that's I guess my perspective as a Lego fan is I like unique builds. I like things that are very fun and creative, and that's why like I couldn't imagine being with peace and love, Matthew, a a Harry Potter fan or a Star Wars fan exclusively, because like you could just spend $100 on a 10 tower, or you could spend $100 on this. Like I feel like when you're on buying from something that's restricting itself to being based off concept art or being based off movies, it limits what you could build so much more as opposed to this, which is like this is peak creativity for Ninjago, I feel like.
Yeah.
And
Just an ultimate original IP set.
yes, yeah, absolutely. Like this feels like it's making the most of not having to be based off anything. Well, still obviously tying into the like all this ties into the show, and I know. Well, it's not like you're not working with an IP partner, right? There is some degree of like, oh, we have to go talk to the writers, make sure they sign off on this as well. So there is a level of collaboration that has to happen there. But yeah, the fact that this turned out the way it did is so impressive. And like and using Zane himself, using a dragon as a part of the back, right? And then
Yeah.
each of the individual modules look pretty good. The only one like I think the jet is like not the most amazing thing, I guess, on its own.
The
But
thing is,
it's still pretty
I
good.
love how like I could imagine myself playing with that set as a kid and
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
having that jet like holding on to the main part and like spinning around the back. That's
Well,
so
that's
cool.
actually that's what's fun about it is the way the front can spin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say as a kid, I played with it a ton when I got it, and now it's sitting on my shelf, and I do pull it off every now and then just to mess around
Mhm.
with it. Like it's a very very good one.
Yeah. Great colors as well. I know I said that already, but the color scheme they went for, it's perfect. It really
Yes.
is.
I hear everything you're saying, but this one did not do it for me the way, like, you talk about it.
Yeah, that's when you told me that very much surprised me because yeah, this is one of my favorite sets
I mean,
of the year.
seeing your number 4 spot pick, I don't know if that really surprises me now.
Yeah, this set would kind of be better if it was all tan and it didn't move. And
Yeah.
had a bunch of like little kids in it. That'd probably be better.
Maybe if it was like 200 instead of 100.
Yeah, I'm at 260 even.
Yeah.
No, I mean that is a big problem I had with that set too. Is it was really cheap, and I would like it could have been more expensive. Like I just think it was like a bit too cheap. Like
Oh, what the Combiner mech? Yeah, only 1,200
Yeah.
pieces for 100. It should have been like 1,200 pieces for maybe $300. Would have been better.
Jokes
was
aside,
thinking
this is something that I
180.
really respect about the set is like when we as a kid, $100 as a Lego set would always be like a big location or like a team vehicle like the Agents
Mhm.
HQ truck. That's what like $100 as a Lego set would feel like to me. So getting something like a mech wouldn't necessarily feel worth $100 even if it was like a
Yep.
piece count. This one does. This one
Yes.
absolutely feels like okay, this is worth the price. You're getting like a giant thing here.
Mhm.
A nice like distribution of good guys versus bad guys too. Like
Mhm.
you have 3 good guy minifigures, 3 bad guy minifigures, plus Zane
Yeah.
and Ryu on top of that, so it's 8 total characters. Like yeah, this is a very good like all-in-one. Like if you're a kid and you get this set, you have a lot to play with just here. You don't need to get other sets
Yeah.
necessarily to add to that.
I think the only thing I would want is maybe like a villain side build.
Yeah,
Mm.
that would have been cool, but yeah, side villain stuff is so non-existent in Ninjago that whenever it shows up, it's a very happy surprise. But I don't expect it at all these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about a happy villain surprise later.
Yeah, I think we move on to everyone's number 2s.
All right. So,
All right, Matthew.
my number 2 is the Going Merry. So, I mean, we knew this was coming up again, but I loved this set so much. I think this might have been my favorite building experience of the year, honestly.
It's up there for me too.
It's not necessarily my favorite set just because it was my favorite set until something else. But I think this set is perfect. I have no negative notes about it. It has all the minifigures you need. It is a no nonsense set. It has really fun interior. There's so much room to put figures on the entire thing. Like they're like just like the upper deck. Like you're not like really forced like you are in some other sets to put them in specific spots. Like you can put everybody in the kitchen, or you can put everybody on the deck. You can put like Luffy on the like ram head on the front of the boat, and you can put someone else like the figures just work so well with the set. I think the figures are awesome. Me and Sean talked about this like when this set came out, but it is obviously a set based on the live action, but they all have like alt faces that feel very animated. Like this does not look like a it's not focusing, but this does not look like a live action face.
Yeah, Zoro's alt face especially feels very inspired by the anime.
There's some like little tiny discretions between like the live action design versus the anime, where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, Luffy's colors are a little muted. I could
That's
see
my
them being like,
biggest criticism of the entire One Piece line is I don't like that Zoro has the tan shirt. I really wish that
yeah,
was white because I feel like the
there's
white
stuff
would
like
bring the
that,
swag
and
up more.
obviously, like Usopp is the most obvious one, where that's just a completely different design for the show, and that's fine. But like Sanji and Nami are like pretty much perfect.
Sanji's missing his eyebrows. Sanji has very funky eyebrows in the anime
Is
design.
very hold on. You want to say that again?
They're still good minifigures though. Like
No, they're great minifigures.
you can tell what you're looking at when you see them.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they're really, really good.
But yeah, I just think
too is like they didn't like arbitrarily charge like 200 for this. Like this feels it's not like
yeah.
the best price set ever, but this feels like what this set should be, which is all I
Yeah.
asked for, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and one thing I really like is I love the interior. I love the map room with a bed for Zoro. And it's just if I was a One Piece fan, I would be like, I would probably cry when like this got revealed. If I was a One Piece fan, I'd probably cry.
In anybody who did that's defense, Lego advertises it as a bed, and it kind of looks like a bed.
Do they?
Yeah.
Where? When?
In like one of the product photos, they show Zolo sleeping in the bed.
I'm looking through. I don't even see that.
I don't see that either.
Oh, I thought they did. Well, it looks like a bed. Like it's got like the slopes on one side.
Yeah.
I see where people are coming from. But aside from that, it's just.
I want to mention like something about the One Piece theme as a whole. The wanted posters. That's a fun idea.
It is.
But I don't know. Me as a completionist, I would have been really upset if I didn't get all of them by the end.
I don't think I did get all. I think I'm still missing one. I meant to trade.
I don't think. I don't know if any of our friends got all of them.
Yeah.
It's a sad world out here for One Piece fans, I guess.
Yep.
Truly. Yeah, very good set. We've talked about.
Yeah, I do hope this theme continues. I assume
Me
it
too.
will, but
yeah.
Okay. My turn.
Your number 2. Yep.
Yeah. My number 2 is Thunderfang, the Shattered Ghost Source Dragon of Chaos, which is both my favorite Ninjago set of the year, but also probably the scariest Ninjago set of all time. I had to take multiple breaks building this set and ask for help from multiple people while building it.
This is another one like the Mary where we're gonna talk about it a second time, so I think Henry can give his thoughts and then we'll move on because it's gonna come back up. But
yeah, incredible creature build. One of the most like some of the most personality I've seen in a Ninjago dragon, and they've been very good at their dragons lately, but this one is just like, as a creature, him being on his hind legs just adds a lot. Love the imprisonment features. Love how you can take off those chains. The wings look great. The color scheme is great. The head looks great. Just everything about it, I absolutely love. This is the only set that I got from the March Wave Day 1. Out of the 3 that came out. And I mean, I got the workshops, but I skipped the Arc Dragon. But I like this one a lot. I mean, I love it. Might be the best non-D2C Ninjago set of the decade, maybe? I don't know if I want to say... I don't know if I want to go that far, but it's really good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that.
The Crystallized Wave was really good. Honestly, it might be my favorite. I don't know, maybe.
I would have to really think about that. That's too many sets to think about.
I forgot we're like halfway through 2020 and not like a few years in, so I realized I made that call way too early. No, I love this set. Very good. Great minifigures too.
I like it too, but I'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
Yeah,
I think it's good, but I don't have a lot to say about it.
We'll move on to my number 2 set now, which will be I have this written down as Klombo Awesome Monster from Game. That's what's listed.
We're gonna butt heads about this one.
I know. So, this was very close to being my number 1. This is the Klombo set from Fortnite, and I genuinely, in full sincerity, believe this is one of the best creature builds LEGO has ever put out, possibly the best. I think the personality captured here is phenomenal. just the expression, the moving jaw, the way he can make him like smile. The eyes are super cute, and I love the 6 legs. He's got the fully like textured back with all the scales. Just a phenomenal set. The only reason why he's not my number one is I think the price of the minifigure selection hold him back a little bit. I think the price is a bit too high, and only 2 minifigures for 110 is kind of lame. But the figures themselves are good, and the creature build is that good that like I am in love with this thing. Like you guys know I'm a Ninjago fan, and I'm a Fortnite fan too, but Ninjago's first. But yeah, this was one of those cases where a non-Ninjago set was very close to making my number one, because it's just so incredibly well done. And just the color scheme too. You don't get to see lavender used that often outside of like Lego Friends, so it like, I don't know, I've got a lot of shelves in my Lego room, and I always like spot this guy from across the room, and I look at that and I go, wow, I love that set.
I don't know what you see in this one. I don't see it. It's a
That's
good
crazy.
set and it's a good build, but I'm like, it's just a Klombo. Like I'm not really blown away by it. I mean, I'm glad
He's
that they
so
didn't
cute.
really cut corners with it. And it does feel like, I don't know if it's 1-to-1, but it like, from what I've seen of
It's
the
pretty
Klombo
close. It's not exactly
in
1-to-1, but
Fortnite.
it's like probably 90% the same.
Yeah, I'm very happy they didn't cut any corners with it, and
Yeah.
they went all the way, giving him all those teeth, all the scales on the back. I think that's all very impressive. But I don't know, like, I built it and I'm like, that's it? It's like, it's fine to me. It didn't really blow me away. Honestly, and this might hurt your feelings a little bit. When it comes time to make some room, this is the first Fortnite set I'm taking up.
That's crazy to me. Like,
And
this will never come apart, because my thing with my collection is the only thing I don't take apart is Ninjago. So as more Ninjago sets come out, more things from other themes get taken off the shelves. But this is one that, like, if my Fortnite collection one day becomes this in the battle bus, I will be perfectly happy. But yeah, this is 100. Durburger's coming apart like years before this.
yeah, I have a question. Did
Yeah.
you play the season that the Klombos were in?
A little bit, not a ton.
Okay, I didn't.
I
I've
didn't-
never
I didn't
experienced a
play the real
Klombo in
season.
Fortnite.
I do play Lego Fortnite though. Like I've played Lost Isles update where they're like pretty major in that. So that's
Yeah,
maybe
so
that's part of why I have more of a connection to Colombo as a creature.
I have zero attachment to a Klombo creature. And like I don't know, maybe that would make me like it more, but it doesn't even sound like that's the reason why you like it so much.
It's part of it. I just think it's a cute design. I think part of it too, and this is going to be a funny thing to mention, but we got that How to Train Your Dragon Toothless set this year, which could fall
I
into
forgot
this
about
honorable
that.
mention. Like I think that's
Yes.
horrible set. I love that franchise. My girlfriend especially is a huge fan of How to Train Your Dragon, and I showed this to her, and she was like, "Ew, why does he look like that?" And that's how I
Dude,
feel
every
too.
time I have like unreasonably strong opinions on the How to Train Your Dragon franchise without having seen any of it. Anytime I bring it up, Owen will be like, "Yeah, that's an Owen," or sorry, he'd be like, "Yeah, that's an Emma franchise." And so that's just what like I know it as. Is I'm like, "Oh, those are
Yeah.
the Emma."
But yeah, she hates this thing. I hate this thing. It's just like they chibi-fied him, and it's just not how he looks. But unironically, Klombo is a better Toothless than the Toothless set is. If you changed all of Klombo's colors, like black, and then gave him wings, he'd make and removed 2 of the legs, I guess. He wouldn't be the perfect Toothless, but he'd look a lot closer than the one we have.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just there's so much personality here, and I think I really love the big head. I guess we don't see when we get Lego creatures, we don't get the big head like that very often. So he feels very unique to me. It's the colors, it's the shape, it's the personality. I like.
I guess what
turn his head
the-
side to side.
The way I kind of feel about this set is also what you were saying about like making stuff from concept art and IPs, where it's like, to me, it doesn't feel as impressive because it's a recreation of something that already exists. Whereas, like, with a Ninjago dragon, as a creature build, I'm like, this design came from nothing. It came from, like, whatever inspired the designers, and that's it. And, well, this is a good recreation of that character, sure, but
yeah,
when I think of impressive creature builds, I think of something that came from nothing, you know?
that's fair. That's fair. I think about other like creature builds that come from IP, and you think about like the Avatar sets. Those creatures, those looked horrible. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
what's
No,
the
this is a
creature-
good
what's
this is a good
the
creature
cat
build.
that's
I'm
in
not
the
doing that.
Thanator set. What's the cat in the Thanator set called?
Fives, yeah.
5s? Yeah, that
Yeah,
thing
'cause
sucks.
it's Neytiri 5s, or it's Neytiri and Thanator 5s, Ampsuit Quadrich. That's the set title.
Yeah, okay.
Because you get Neytiri and Thanator. I'm not explaining this again. You should know by now if you don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know, I like this set a lot. It was very close to being my number one, but I guess it's not for everybody. Now do we want to get
I don't
into our
know.
honorable mentions before we each go into our number one set?
Yep.
Yeah. So to just go through my honorable mentions pretty quickly, I've got the Twilight House as discussed previously. I got into Twilight this year because my girlfriend loves Twilight, and we watched the movies and then we read all of the books together. That was
Oh,
fun.
cute.
It's a very silly franchise, and I plan to get this set eventually. I just have not bought it yet. Then I've got the Shire. I love this set. It was kindly gifted to me by a friend of mine. Um, I have some issues with the price of this set. I think it easily should have been $100 or so cheaper than it is, and for that, it is not on my list. Like my actual list. Like this is, I think, of everything on my list, the most egregious price. $270 for what I think arguably should not go for more than 200 is crazy. But really good figures, really good build. The build made me very happy. This and the Going Merry were the happiest I was building a Lego set this year.
Mhm.
I put on the soundtrack to Lord of the Rings when I was building this, and I had a real good time. Um, then Minecraft. So Minecraft overall is still probably my favorite Lego theme. But I didn't buy a lot of them this year, so none of them were on my list. But both Illager sets that came out this year, both the little like raid and the actual outpost are phenomenal sets. The little one especially is like the best battle pack Lego has made in a very long time. You get three Illagers, a little castle, and a really cool like cactus knight minifigure. And that's just a lot of fun, and it was very easy to find it for like $8, which is crazy to get like four minifigures for a little
See,
bit more than a poly bag.
I do think that is a good battle pack. However, I do think Zane's battle suit mech is a better battle pack. Because if
I
you buy that,
disagree.
you get a couple Drixes. So
That's true.
Okay,
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. And then the big one, I don't have the big set yet, but I really want that set, and I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I those are good shouts. I have both. I actually don't know if I got. Did I get the little one? I don't remember if I got the little one, but I definitely have
I
the big
think you
one.
did.
I think it was on sale. I don't know if I built it.
You should build like if you don't own it, you should get it before it's
No,
gone.
I did build. I did build it. I did. I remember when I was like, yeah, I did build it. Yeah,
I was
those are
hoping
very
that the Illager raid from 2019 or 2020, I guess. I was hoping that was going to be the outpost when we only had like the set names.
Me too.
And then I was disappointed to hear that it wasn't, but it had Minecraft Kai, so I was okay in the end.
good.
Very true. Then I would like to mention Party's Bar. This set is phenomenal. I just don't feel like there's enough here for me to put it on my top list. But
If I was making a top 10 list, it would have been on my top 10 because this is the One Piece set that I
yeah,
bought.
actually, I
You
have
get
5 things
Shanks,
on
you
my
get Luffy's
honorable
mom, and
mentions,
Anchor
so
Boy.
yeah, love Anchor Boy. But the set's it's a very good set. I have nothing like I have no negative notes about it. It's very good. And then my final one is the Star Trek If We Purchase the Shuttlecraft. I love this set so much, and I wish it was widely available because I would buy like 3 more of them. But it's not, and I only have one. But I love this thing, and it's a perfect build. So yeah, Henry, your turn.
I want to mention quickly with Party's Bar. This set feels like a Lego Movie 1 set to me,
I
in
know
like a
exactly
very
what
good
you
way.
mean.
And I don't know if I could explain why.
I understand.
Okay, my honorable mentions in no specific order. Starting with Red Panda May Brickheads. I don't need to explain myself for this one. But I did
Yeah,
get it for
man.
free with VIP points. I walked in. That was the only thing not the only thing I got that day, but the only thing I got while checking out.
Okay.
And no, that sounds like I stole something. No, it was when I got the Twilight House, and because a friend of mine was using an employee discount to get it. That's why I didn't check out. But that's the only thing I checked out with was Red Panda May. and I got it for free. I don't have to explain myself. That set is awesome, especially if you flip the eyebrow piece upside down. Um, Airplane
Okay.
versus Hospital Bed.
Nice.
This is a goated
Forgot
set for
about
the
this set.
culture.
Yep.
So not only is this set awesome because it's called Airplane versus Hospital Bed, you also get a really decent actual hospital bed build that if you just take out the steering wheel and like I guess get over the cartoonish wheels, it works really well as just a hospital build. Also a good way to get like the Scrubs torso, I guess, or I guess it's supposed to be a hospital gown. Um, but I actually had a medical procedure earlier this year in January where I underwent anesthetics. And before I went under, I was explaining this set to my mom and why I found it so funny. And when I woke up, this is the first thing that I mentioned. Was I woke up and I was like, I had a dream about Airplane versus Hospital Bed, which is not true because I didn't have a dream while under anesthetics, but I think it's just because I was thinking about it right before I went under. I woke up and I was
When
like, yeah, I was thinking
when
about Airplane
you
versus Hospital Bed.
when you go under anesthetics, you wake up feeling exactly the way you felt before you went under. So if you're like super
Yeah.
anxious, you'll wake up super anxious. So like you were probably just airplane versus you were in the airplane versus hospital bed mood when you went
Yeah.
under, and you woke up
Yeah.
and you were still in that airplane versus hospital
I
hospital
woke
bed.
up and told my mom I had a dream about this set, so it's goated. Another one I have is the Temple Bounty. I have to give props to this for being the only bounty that can like stand against the movie bounty. I still think I like the movie bounty better, but man, this one's great.
Yeah.
This one's very good. Getting to play with it in person at Brickworld like a few months before I was able to even buy it was awesome. Uh, it was fun putting all the wildfire minifigures inside the little cargo hold. And unfortunately, let me see if I can. It is. Let me move my microphone. You can see the
I
tail
see
of it back there. I don't have any room to put it on display right now. So it's just kind of sitting in a corner over there. But great set. Another one, very divisive. Well, not even divisive. I just think this is kind of like a universally kind of disliked set. It's gonna be Rontu because
Dude,
I don't
you're
care.
just like Henry's got this thing where every year he picks one set via contrarian about. Like he hated the Dragonstone Shrine.
Okay,
He hated the Tournament Temple
Dragonstone
City.
Shrine. Let me defend myself on the Dragonstone because I haven't been able to do that publicly. I like the Dragonstone Shrine, but I think it's like it's a set for people who don't like Ninjago. But it's like, oh, this is the set for us adults, so I get to buy this one, even though it's just fine and it's not
Yeah,
like
but
the most
you
mind-blowing set ever.
you can't judge a set based off how other people are gonna react to it. It's also for the fans.
Hey, I said I like the set though, but
Because
the
you
reason
can
I
the same exact
but
thing
I
about Ninjago City. Ninjago City's beautiful.
okay, but Ninjago City is beautiful. The thing is,
Yeah,
I
so
think
is
the
the Dragonstone
Dragonstone Shrine is just okay.
All right, well, okay, you say that about the Dragonstone Shrine, and then you're like, Rontu's actually really good guy. Like, no,
Well,
she's not, man. You know she's
look.
not.
Rontu may have a chopped chin, all right,
Mhm.
but I love the colors on this set.
I agree.
I love
the colors are good. Well,
I love this
that's
scale
why
of Dragon
Rontu
Block.
upsets me more, is because there was potential for that to be an amazing set. Like, if it was the same colors and she
okay.
looked good and it looked like the character from the show, I would love that set. But
Dude, I look at the set and I see her next to Egalt on my shelf, and I'm like, man, Rontu is beautiful. And that's all I really wanted out of this set. And you get Zarked. So it's like, can you really hate that much?
I put her next to Eagle and I go, wow, I really wish that actually looked like Rontu. It didn't look how it looks, because it doesn't look like Rontu. It looks like the purple creature.
Yeah, the beautiful purple creature.
The purple creature with the chopped chin.
Yeah.
It certainly is a creature.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It's Rontu transforming lava creature, man.
I don't care. I think I only, and I want to say this, I only put this on the list because I want to let people know that I actually like this set. And it's not me.
Why is your body made of like two 1x12 beams that have nothing on the sides of them?
Yes, it's a flawed set, but I love it. All right, it's Rontu. Next up is the Game Boy. This is the only set on my list that I don't own, but I did get to see and assist in the building process. My friend bought this one, and I got to see it finished. And I mean, I think if they're gonna do these like prop replica sets, doing it in this price range and this scale is like what I would want. Like this is
I
$60.
agree.
When this was revealed, like when it was just announced we were getting a Game Boy, and it was before we knew what it looked like or anything, I was ready for this to be $200. Like I didn't know what it was going to be, but I just like, oh yeah, it's a Game Boy, it's going to be $200. The fact that it released at the scale it is for 60, I think, is awesome.
Yeah. I love that the buttons are pressable. Like that's great. All the buttons are
Yes.
functional,
That's
by the way. Not
very
just
cool.
like the A and B. Like the D-pad can move.
Mhm.
All the buttons on the sides can move and all that. The lenticular screens are great. It's just a like perfect set, I think, for what it's going for. I really like it. The only reason I'm not buying it is because I don't have any sort of display that I would need a Game Boy to go with, you know?
I love
And
that. I'm not getting this one either, but I
Yeah.
also quite like it.
I'm
I
not
have
like a
this one
prop
'cause
Lego fan.
Lego sent it to me, but I like it a lot.
I could see it going cool with like a Pokemon display when those sets come out.
Yes. Yes.
Next up is one that I'm more so putting on here because I'm surprised how much I like it because I was expecting it to
Mhm.
not be great. Galactus.
Mhm.
I like the set a lot more than I thought I would. I think it poses really nicely. It's way bigger than I expected. There's flaws with it. I don't think the minifigures are great. The Thing
I
is
still
one of my
wanna get this
favorite
one at some
superheroes,
point.
and while I'm very happy to have him as a minifigure, it could have been better. Mr. Fantastic though, he's low-key so tough the way he's stretching his legs. I like the Johnny enough. The Sue Storm's fine, it's whatever, but it's really the build that I'm like, man, I'm kind of impressed how much I like it.
That's how I
Uh,
feel about it too, because I got it because I've been wanting a Fantastic Four set 'cause they were like my favorite superheroes when I was a kid, and I kind of
Really?
grew out of that because there was nothing good in terms of media with them. But I was very excited to finally be getting minifigures of them after all this time, and the set, like I don't like it. I think flawed is the best way to put it. Like there's a lot that I don't like about that set, but at the end of the day, I think it's very fun. It makes me happy to look at, and that's kind of all
yeah.
that matters.
Like, I'm very happy. I have a single Marvel shelf, and it's got all my X-Men sets on there. It's got a couple Spider-Man sets, and it's got this, and I'm happy to have it alongside all. Because I'm kind of particular about the Marvel sets that I buy and display, so it's
Mhm.
like to have this on there, that's a compliment. And then my last honorable mention, and this is my favorite from this theme of the year, but I also want to put it on here just because it's. I want to give a shout out to the theme itself, especially because it's probably over. That is
Yeah.
the Able Sisters clothing shop from Animal Crossing.
Yes, this set's awesome.
Yeah, this set was kind of like the last main build, aside from maybe the museum, that I really wanted, and I'm really happy we got it. Unfortunately, we didn't get Sable with it, which would have
Mhm.
made it a perfect set. But I love the Mabel minifigure. That's gonna break my top 10 minifigures of the year list for sure. Uh, and just the theme as a whole this year, I think the way I would describe it is how you described Galactus is very flawed. Um, and that's kind of how I feel about a lot of the Animal Crossing sets, where I'm like, I don't want to judge things based on a poor price too harshly, but this gets to a point where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, $80 for the museum is rough.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
also, I love building these sets so much. They're such a fun build, especially with like a lot of the video game themes. How they work is there's no stickers, so that they can just reuse those pieces easily, and it just makes it a very fun and easy building process. Um, and I love the theme as a whole. And if this is the last wave that we get, or the last year of it, I do think it went out on a high note. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I loved Animal Crossing as the theme. I'm cool if it's over. I mean,
I think there's still a few more characters out there as far as like locations from
mine.
New
I
Horizons.
really
At least
wanted.
this is
I
everything.
really wanted Brewster. That was like my biggest thing. I didn't think we were gonna get him, but he was like the guy that I wanted the most. But alas,
Yeah,
I don't
I
get
want
getting
I
him.
want Sable. That's the last one I need. Yeah. I mean, I have like favorite villagers, but the chance that we
Mhm.
were ever even gonna get any of them was very low.
Yeah.
So I'm not super upset
Um,
about that.
Sean, what are your honorable mentions?
My turn. So honorable mentions. I always like to include a small Ninjago set on these lists. I think my top set of last year was a little $15 Ryu set, which I still stand by. Like
So that's
that was tiny and that
incredible.
was great.
Yeah.
This year I felt like there really wasn't that, but I was looking back through the sets and I actually came across Lloyd's Green Forest Dragon from January, and was kind of just struck by like, oh yeah, that was a really good set. It was a bit of a weird one because it's not from the show, and like the Lloyd suit's really weird in it. It's not like anything official, but the actual build is quite good. I like the sort of like raptor talons it has. It's a very unique build for a small dragon, and I think just for a small Ninjago set, that one's quite good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
I wrote
agree.
down,
And I love the little gold dragon in there too.
yes,
Um,
yeah, that's just a fun little exclusive, just
yeah,
small baby dragon.
I was kind of looking back at sets from this year, and I saw that, and I'm like, because it's the way I have it displayed, it's so big that it kind of has to go in the back of a shelf, the way my shelves work.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm like, oh yeah, that did exist, and I did really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
very,
the more bird-like dragon design too, like with the
yeah.
big
And I,
wings and the
if you want
talons.
to, I had a thread on Twitter comparing this to the Ice Dragon, because this for $20 is a pretty small set. Uh,
Yes.
But if you compare it to the 2011 Ice Dragon, which was the same price, you can kind of see the differences in what Lego values in terms of
Yeah.
their set.
It's
Whereas
just
that
it's
original Ice
detail
Dragon,
over size.
exactly, that Ice
Yeah.
Dragon doesn't look great, but it's a lot bigger than this one. Whereas
Yeah.
this one's a much more organic, really nice looking creature.
Mhm. Next up I have Rogue versus Drix Race Car Duel. This is not here that seriously, but I think it's a very funny set, and I wanted to mention it. Rogue versus Drix Race Car Duel came out this year. Awesome.
Yeah, it's got Pop's car in there.
Yep.
I do need to buy this one still because I'm a completionist for the minifigures, and that J is exclusive.
Yep. This is the only set on here that I don't own. The Wally set. This is something I will definitely get before it retires. It just feels like a huge improvement over the original. It's a really good price too. I love
Agreed.
Wally. It was one of my favorite movies as a kid, so definitely need to get this one.
Yeah,
Again, very very big,
same boat
important
here.
output from Lego this year.
I mean, just getting an improved Wally that's at a smaller scale, but like is still objectively better than that first one is really nice. But
Mhm.
also getting like Eve is great. But also like they didn't have to put Mo in there. But Mo
Yeah.
was like a kin of mine as a kid.
Yes.
So to get Mo, I'm like, this is awesome. This is like he was my favorite character, and Wally was my favorite like childhood movie. So
Mhm.
getting getting my goat from that, so good. I need to buy this one too as well.
I also do. I really want this set. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
After that, I have the Baratier, another One Piece set. This one I don't like it as much as the Mary, which is why the Mary made the top 5 and this one did not. But big $300 set, but it is a very complete like D2C. This is not D2C that's like, man, they could have done so much more. Like this has everything you could possibly want. Very rich interior, like incredibly rich interior. That you got the kitchen, you have the dining room, you have the little bar section on the side. A good way to like mix micro scale with minifigure scale as well. Like I think it's very impressive how the front is sort of not micro scale, but like definitely scaled down, but the interior is fully minifigure scale. It's just
Mhm.
very pretty inside and out, and I think it's quite cool to get. It's the Sanji set, at least from what I've seen of One Piece. Sanji is my favorite character, so this is another set that just makes me very happy to have on my shelf, and I'm quite glad they did it.
This set has the only scene that I liked from One Piece in it.
What
So
scene is that? The
the
duel?
Mihawk versus Zoro fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, no, actually the part right before that where Mihawk pulls up and they're like, "Mihawk, why do you keep fighting us?" And he's like, he thinks about it for a minute. And he's like, "For fun." Like been
I
tormenting
love.
them their whole life.
I love Mihawk.
Yeah.
Matt,
Mihawk is
any
awesome.
thoughts on the Baratier?
It's awesome. I mean, I don't have it yet, but I would like to get it at some point.
Yes. Then I have the Horizon set on here, which we already talked about with Matthew, but yeah, good set, great value. I felt like it would be doing it a disservice not to mention it. After that, I have Lloyd's Mech Jet, which I think it definitely was in the running for top 6. I think personally, it's not. It's not as much in my tastes as some of this other stuff, just because like it's a Lloyd vehicle, it's a grain vehicle. Those are not like the things I tend to gravitate towards, but the technical side of it, the way it transforms is one of the most impressive features I've ever seen in a Lego set. The like both the mech form and the jet form feel very complete, and then another highlight of the set is the side build, which on the box they make look very small, but no, this is a substantial villain build, which I find amazing because we don't get that very often in Ninjago, and it also merges with the Thunderfang, which is very
Mhm.
cool. So it's all around a great package. But yeah, the biggest thing is the actual vehicle. Like by far the best transformation feature we have ever seen in a Ninjago set. I thought Sora's mech bike from 2023, like that was really impressive, but this feels like that on a whole other level. Like
Mhm.
probably, at least in terms of build, probably the best or second best Ninjago build of this year in my
Yeah, I want to say with this set, with the Lego movies, it always felt like those Lego movie sets were on a completely different technical level than anything else. And I'm sure you guys felt the same, right? Where it was like Lego movie sets were always like, if it was from the Lego movie or like Lego Batman or Ninjago movie, it was like, okay, these are going to be like really technically impressive
Mhm.
sets.
Yes, yeah.
And then it felt like, because we haven't had a Lego movie in so long, it felt like it kind of evened out, you know?
Mhm.
To where it's like, okay, everything is just like Lego movie quality, so nothing is super special. This set feels like a Lego movie quality type of
Yes,
set.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, no, this set's
I
really,
need to
really.
get
I
this
really
one
want to
before
get
it
this one.
retires.
I'm a Transformers fan, so like, I feel like an obligation to tell Lego that we need more of these.
Yes. Yeah, that's a phenomenal set. Again, like my only like holdups on it are like I'm not the biggest Lloyd guy in the world. Like I like Lloyd, but like a Zane vehicle or a Kai vehicle is more interesting to me than a Lloyd vehicle, which is probably like
Mhm.
the only things keeping it out of my top five because it's a very very good set.
Yeah.
How many
And
Lloyd
then
vehicles have we had that are just like straight green like this recently, though? Like, it feels like not that many.
no, but maybe that's why. I guess yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it that it doesn't like stick with me as much as some of these others, despite being a phenomenal build, which it really, really is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, and then the final set on my honorable mentions. This is not an amazing set by any means, but I have written down Brat Car, which is Mateo and Zblob's transforming race car. What's that set called?
It's called the Brat Car. It doesn't matter. Everyone knows what it is. You probably only know
Yeah,
it as that.
Mateo and the Zblob action race car, which is oh no, it's been retired already.
Or-
It's not
Oh,
even been a year. What does that mean for Dreams? Is Dreams ending, guys?
Guys, I think Dreams might be ending.
Dreams
I
will
have
never end.
I own 3 or 4 copies of the set. I actually don't remember if I bought a fourth or but I've
Have you
got
done the? You haven't done the conversion yet, right?
no, I haven't still, but so
Fun
I've got
fact: It is possible to convert every piece of this set to lime green. That is not already green.
so yeah, I this set's just very special to me because it's funny. It's got the green wheels and it's just so loud. And the day this was revealed, which was over a year ago now, Henry photoshopped it to be all Brat green with the Brat logo on
I
it,
think
and
I said as soon as it was revealed, I sent like the JB Spielwarn post to the chat with like all caps Brat Car, and that's all I said about it.
and you know that really stuck with me, and I would be doing a disservice to not mention it here. Yeah, I've got 1 copy of the set built, 2 sealed copies, and I think I may have a 4th. I just don't remember. I
It's
meant
such
to
an ugly set. I love it so much. It's
It
so
is.
ugly.
It's a horribly ugly set. It's just loud. It's like the
Yeah.
neon yellow with the lime green wheels
Well,
is
like there's
insane.
so many like
But
awkwardly exposed studs on it too.
yeah, well, because it's also the 2-in-1, so it has to be able to transform into a bike. Like it's not a great set, but I do love it. It's very special to me, and I own 3 to 4
So
copies of it.
I think the best way to describe it is epic. And
Yes.
Brat, of course. If we're
Yes.
using Brat as
Well,
a
my goal is to one day, because that's the reason why I have the sealed copies is I want to have the box and I want to get Charlie XCX to sign it and the designer to sign it because that combination of signatures only means anything to me and I guess the people in this call, but I think it would be so funny. And like the idea of like paying for VIP Charlie XCX tickets to bring a Lego set backstage that has nothing to do with her at all.
what you
And
do
it's
is you
just
throw it, you go to her show and you throw it on stage. Toss
But
it
just
up
the
there.
idea of being like, it's not even that green. That's the funny part. It's like yellow and blue,
But yeah, but
mostly.
it's like the green is so bright. I think it's the fact that the tires are green. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
and it's
The
the green combined with the neon yellow makes it feel extra green. But
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
love the idea of like paying like thousands of, which this is like a far future thing because I don't have that kind of money. But the idea of paying thousands of dollars for tickets to get her to sign a Lego set that like has nothing to do with her, that's so funny to me. I love that idea. And then getting the designer to sign
Yeah.
it too, and just having those 2
The thing is,
signatures that would
it's
never
beautiful.
never
Like
meet.
there are people who will like get artists to sign things because it's like XD random, but this is like it's funny here because it means something to you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's like
Oh, and I
it's
would
like I've made this connotation between this random Lego set and your
uh
album. and it's
Yep.
and it's like it would mean a
Exactly.
lot for you to sign this for me, but not like it makes no
Exactly.
sense. It's so
Exactly.
fun.
So, yep, those are my honorable mentions, and I think now we can
Nice.
move on to each of our number one picks.
Yep.
Now on to our number one picks. Now on to our number one picks. Are we recording, Matthew, or are you just gonna leave me? It's you. You're the one whose number one pick is first.
We've been recording the whole time. I just thought that was really funny.
Now on to our number one picks. Matthew, you're up, buddy, or whatever.
Take it away,
direction you are
Matthew.
On the layout.
Sean, that was the most Duck Bricks thing you've ever done. All right, so to the surprise of nobody, my number one pick is the Enterprise. What?
All right, so Henry, what's your number one pick, buddy?
No. Let's hear Matthew out on this
It's
one.
not
Yeah,
Harry Potter.
you
I'm
know-
gonna let him go.
I want to
Sean,
know
you
why
did- you
Matthew
did-
likes this set so much because
You,
I
you
really,
did that to me. You did that to me twice. So
I really
I
would
like
not
this set.
expect Matthew to love this set. So let's hear why he likes it.
why would you not expect me to like this set?
It just doesn't seem like the type of thing you'd be into.
Oh, okay. I can't tell if you're being facetious, but
So,
No, I'm-
Matthew, the joke is obviously you would like that set.
okay. Thank you for explaining, Sean. I couldn't tell if
Yeah.
Henry was like doing that bit, or like if it actually doesn't seem like a Matthew set. No. If you don't know this about me, when I was 16 years old, I worked for a summer, and the thing that I decided to buy, my options were the big what Ninjago sets were they? It was Samurai X Cave and one other.
Yes.
And
Ultra Stealth Raider, probably?
yeah. My options were those two sets together, or the $250 Mega Bloks Enterprise from the original series. And me, being a 16-year-old who was very into Ninjago, obviously picked the Enterprise because I am also a huge Star Trek fan, and Star Trek is a media that in the modern age does not get many toys because Star Trek was popular in the 1900s. So me, a fan of Star Trek, and even more so a fan of Star Trek The Next Generation, which I think is maybe the greatest TV show ever made, to finally have a Lego set of this media is the greatest thing ever. Now, you might be saying, Matthew, that set cost $400. That's a bad price for that set. Yeah, it is a bad price for that set. I'm not going to argue with you on that. The price sucks. It should have been like $300. But to that point, it came with every minifigure it needed to, except for maybe like one or two. And honestly, that made the set.
Kirk and Spock.
Now, nope.
Yeah, it didn't have Kirk or Spock.
Yeah, because it shouldn't come with them. They're from a TV show that's set 100 years before this one.
Yeah, the first Pokemon set shouldn't come with Pikachu. He's from a different region than the other Pokemon.
They're animals. They're not characters.
Dude, look, man. All I'm saying is the Old Town came with the first Ninjutsu Master.
That's true. The Old Town came with Dr. Julian and Dr. LaRoe, who have never seen each
And
other.
you know what? I honestly think we are going to at some point get a set that has Kirk and Spock in it.
Some of
I
y'all
am
weren't
only
even
out
alive
hope.
when Dr. Julian came out.
That is
That is
unfortunate.
true.
Like, we were joking earlier about not being alive when the podcast started. There's actually probably quite a few viewers who are not alive when Dr. Julian came out, which is crazy.
Well,
Probably
yeah,
the
because
majority of your audience base.
that was like 13 or 14 years ago. Like,
Yeah, 14 years ago.
but anyways, when I said at the beginning of this video, that this list is very subjective, this is exactly what I was talking about. I do not think objectively this is the best set on my list. In fact, I think the Going Merry, the Harry Potter Tower, and the Horizon set objectively are better sets than this one. But this set makes me very happy in a way that no Lego set has in a very long time. It has also inspired lots of mock building, which not many Lego sets do. So for that, I think this set's very good. In terms of the actual build itself, it's a it's a surprisingly straightforward build. It was almost all just like bricks on top of bricks with a little bit of like snot building. Almost no Technic in that set whatsoever. The only Technic in that set is like one Technic axle or two Technic axles that connect the two halves of the nacelles. But otherwise, the only Technic in that set is the stand. The rest of it is all bricks, and I think that's very impressive. Also, the fact that they were able to get the saucer to separate, impressive, albeit unnecessary. I really would have liked some micro scale interior on this if macro scale, like minifigure scale interior was not feasible. Like, just make like a little section of the like the saucer like removable, so you could just see a couple little rooms or something in there. That I would have really liked. This also came with my favorite gift with purchase ever, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. But this is, like I mentioned it earlier, like this is my favorite gift with purchase I think Lego's ever made. But yeah, I mean, this set is everything that I wanted from a Lego Star Trek set, and we could never get a Star Trek set again, and I'm still going to be satisfied. So, thank you, Lego, for making this. I hope there's more, but if there's not, I'm happy. I'm not gonna ever try to argue with someone to say this is like the best set of the year or the best set of all time. It's just my favorite set, and that's all about all I have to say about this set.
I think that
This
makes
set-
a lot of sense.
Yeah, this set is special to me for an amazing reason. So the X Mansion, I love that set. Very flawed. I think I feel similarly to how you feel about this set, Matthew, to X
Well,
Mansion.
when I talked about the X Mansion last year, I had a very similar thinking.
Mhm.
I think I like the Enterprise a lot more than I like the X Mansion. Honestly, I think the X Mansion is
Enterprise
also
is a little more definitive than that X Mansion is. Like, yeah, X Mansion
Yeah.
has room for growth. This does not.
Now-
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah, for sure. Now with that set, I love all the minifigures.
Mhm.
I've made improvements here and there to them, which is like the only time I've done that for a set and like kept them on display. Just because I think a lot of those minifigures had a lot of flaws. However,
Mhm.
the biggest problem that I had was probably Charles's face, which I don't hate as much as I did when it came out.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, man, you couldn't have done like a new face for like the X-Man, like
Mhm.
Charles Xavier himself. And this set gives us a Patrick Stewart face print.
Yes, it does.
Which X Mansion, not based on any of the movies, but I think Patrick Stewart looks a lot like Charles Xavier, and I mean he plays him. So to give us a Patrick Stewart face print that looks great on a Professor X minifigure, I'm happy with that.
So I saw the big Starship Enterprise at Fan Media Days, and I found it like I'm not a Star Trek person at all. I don't care about that IP in the slightest, but I found it very technically impressive. Like the disk separation feature, I agree it's a little weird to prioritize that if anything, but just the fact that it's possible, I find impressive because like that is a very weird shaped ship. Like if you just
Mhm.
built it and you set it on the ground, it would probably tip over because that disk is so front heavy, right? So the fact that they made everything connect and the disc isn't like leaning and falling off, and the fact that it can separate so easily while also like being cohesive when it's all put together, I find just on a technical level very impressive. I also think
Mhm.
pictures kind of undersell the size of the set. This is something I
Yeah.
think has become way more
I-
common recently. This is what the case where
I'm
box
gonna
art
grab it.
really does not do the set justice because I think the box art's like shot from underneath, which I guess is might be the best angle.
I don't think what they show on the box like does the size
Yeah.
of this thing justice. Like it is
Not at all.
huge.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
huge.
so on the top there, are those like those little white things? Are those the little pods that the gift with purchase are?
Are you talking about this?
Yes.
Yeah, that like
Those
little
are?
thing is. Yeah.
Okay.
it's,
Though, do those like fly around freely from the ship?
What do you mean?
Like, can they fly around space on their own?
Yeah.
Okay. I think putting because there's a little one underneath a panel in the back. I'm seeing on a picture. I think putting
yeah,
that
there's
in like underneath the bottom view would have given it a much better perspective to see like a
Mhm.
little thing like towered by this massive ship.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't disagree. I mean, also the box art shows it from like this
Yeah,
angle.
it's
I think,
such a
and I
weird
think
angle.
Yeah.
that is not that like it should have been like this angle. Like show the shape of the ship. Like it is a very like weird spaceship because when they designed all of the Star Trek ships, like in real life when they were coming up with the concept art for this stuff, they wanted it to look like something that couldn't exist on Earth with gravity. So they came up with like really weird spaceships
Mhm.
that like wouldn't make sense on Earth, but they make sense if they're being built in space, which is what they were. So like that's what is going on with this shape, and the fact that like the set designer were able to get this shape so like
And the fact that just the way you're able to handle this right now, you're moving it around all over, and the front disc isn't like falling off because like
Yeah.
you're holding it by that main body, and the fact that the entire disc is connected so well, I do find on a technical level very impressive.
No, I mean, like, I'm holding it, like, from here, and it's like the
Yeah.
weight isn't even poorly distributed. Like, I don't...
No,
like,
and it's like it's not like bending or tilting or anything. Like
It-
that's
it's
cool.
it's almost like, for the size, it's, like, surprisingly swooshable. Like, not like I'm gonna, like, be playing with this, but it is really fun to, like, take off the stand and just, like, kind of mess with.
Yeah,
Just appreciate
I'd take
that.
this any day over like a Star Destroyer UCS set.
Oh, well, that's my other thing. Like, it is a very gray ship, and people were actually complaining that
Okay,
it
here's the
wasn't
thing.
more gray.
It's
but
gray, but it also has like the big blue elements on there that make it pop a
yeah,
lot.
I find this even compared to the Venator, which isn't all gray. I think this is much more visually interesting because its
Agreed.
shape is so weird. Like,
Yeah,
and then also I also saw people complaining about how boxy the saucer is. I honestly disagree. Like, that is very round, about as round as I think Lego could realistically get at this size.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that.
I don't good.
Jumping back to your story about the Mega Bloks Enterprise
Mhm.
when we were kids, that just for context for the viewers, we were friends then, and that made me so mad. I was so mad at Matt doing that. I'm like, why would you waste your money on Mega Bloks, dude?
I think the only like
$250 on Mega Bloks.
the only story that I have
actually
with
spent
that.
I spent like 310 when I bought that because they made like a bridge playset and I got both of them together.
I think the only story I have with that is Matthew, when you were doing like your YouTube thing kind of on the side with
Mhm.
the original run of the podcast, and they were like very joke videos.
Mhm.
I got your Enterprise review recommended to me, and you spoke with like the same exact cadence as you would in like your joke videos as that one. So I got like halfway through just like watching it as if it was like a new upload and kind of like laughing at it.
The same exact thing happened to me because we're talking Matthew used to do these joke videos in like 2020, 2021, but the
Yeah.
Enterprise reviews from like 2016. So,
Mhm.
but and I still think if you were just patient, this set came out 10 years later, and you could have had this and still gotten the Samurai X Cave. So, breaks my mind. Proven right again.
Well, I wouldn't have known, and I honestly, like, I don't regret having bought that set. I loved it at that time.
Mhm.
And it was like I built that. So Mega Bloks. This is not something in favor of Mega Bloks, but Mega Bloks didn't have numbered bags, so all of that set was like 4,500 pieces, and it was all just like in bags, like if you were to buy like a knockoff set off AliExpress, like.
Yeah.
So I spent the entire day sorting that and like building it, and it was fun. Like,
Yeah.
that was fun, but this was a better building experience, obviously.
Uh-huh.
But like just this is all just like bricks stacked on top of bricks. Like,
Yeah, that's very cool.
that is so technically impressive and simple. Like,
Mhm.
but I'm so happy with this. Like, I love that this is real. That I can just like go grab it off my shelf and like I have an official Lego Star Trek set. I'm gonna put it back because it's pretty heavy.
Matthew, I'm looking at your videos and you have one called Lego Ninjago 2021 Prime Empire Comp. And the thumbnail is the J Arcade Pod next to the Tron Ideas set. And the timestamps, I don't know if you put these on there or these were YouTube automatic ones. The timestamps are intro, minifigures, Trons, arcade machine, and Tron Legacy.
Wow.
And the Trons part is for the Tron minifigures.
Awesome. It's the Trons. But also, like, before I finish with the Enterprise, so I think I said this to Sean, but I feel like they could have made it cheaper, and I could also have seen them making it cheaper and only including maybe like Captain Picard. But I actually appreciate that it costs what it does because I'm sure that that has something to do with the minifigure budget. And they did so much with the minifigures. Like, the minifigures are everything I wanted. They all, except for like one of them, I think, have new face prints. Two new hair head molds. Arm printing, which is not good, but it's there. Um, and like, I just think they look good. Like, they capture the characters on all of the minifigures, which I think is very important. like Riker has that like goofy smile that's in a bunch of the memes. Um, they did very good on the minifigures. Like here's my bridge mock, and like
Oh,
like
yeah.
they look very good in there. So
You get
this
Sheldon.
set is like, yeah, Sheldon.
Some could say he's
This
yellow.
set they could say that. But this set is just a dream come true. I'm really happy to have it. Um, and yeah, I mean that's about all I have to say about it. But
Rick Henry's turn.
My turn. So my number one spot, probably not a surprise because I've talked about it on like half of the podcast
Mhm.
episodes I've been on, is the mythical creature Chi-Lin from Monkey Kid. So what I like about this set is there's no drum lacquered on it, and what's nice about that is usually with the Monkey Kid sets that have drum lacquered, when I throw them around, they end up getting chipped and just look really ugly.
uh,
What's nice
no,
about
I
this
get
is I
that.
can throw this as hard as I want, and I mean the pieces will get damaged a little bit, but at least the drum lacquer isn't chipping off. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome, man.
yeah, I don't know if
Alright,
I want to
Sean?
count this one though because the theme is over. I think
Mm,
I don't know. We don't know for sure yet, but I want to count something from a theme that's at least not confirmed dead yet. So
okay.
I'm gonna go with Arkham Asylum. Like I said, not a surprise at all. I've said I don't even know if I want to even like talk about this because I've spent so many episodes just talking about how much I like it. But to summarize, this is everything I could want from an Arkham Asylum modular.
Mhm.
The fact that it is a modular isn't the best, but it also like having it on its own. This does not feel like it's just a modular. It works very well aside from it, and I think that's just because it doesn't have a sidewalk in the front. It doesn't feel like any corners are cut because it's a modular. It probably would have looked a lot more organic not on a base plate, but it being on a base plate, I feel like they made the best of that. It doesn't feel like
Mhm.
anything is too cramped inside. The interior is great. I love the colors. Minifigure selection is perfect. Um, and yeah, this is basically like for me who doesn't have many Batman sets, but I still consider myself a casual Batman fan. Um, I love it, and I feel like this is basically everything I could need from having a Batman set.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Makes sense. We like you said, we talked about it on a previous podcast. I have my thoughts. Matthew has his thoughts, but I feel like that's been discussed at length. So I feel like if people want to see the full Arkham thoughts, go back to the podcast where that was revealed or shortly after it.
Yeah,
Whenever
if
Henry
you
joined, we
haven't
had a whole Arkham talk.
Yeah, if you haven't, also I think I ended up buying it when you were out of town, so we had more discussion after that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Maybe I
you
should
haven't-
go back and watch
if you
it.
haven't seen those episodes and don't know our thoughts, what are you doing, man?
What do you do? Why are
Well,
you here?
this set I've really come around to. I loved it, and then we discussed it, and I really didn't like it. And I think I've landed at a place where like I like this set, and I'm glad it exists. I don't think I'm gonna get it, and I think that's fine. But like it's very good.
I
I
also
think I'm
want
the
to
biggest hater known to man. I feel like every set, I'm
maybe.
like, yeah, it's not very good. Part of that
That's
is
how I
like
feel about Colombo, dude. Now you know how I feel.
No, I think part of it for me is it's funny like there's the stereotype that Lego Master Network is all it they're shills, it's all Lego shills, and I won't lie, like there's definitely creators who are just nothing but positivity, which that's what you're looking for, great. If it's not what you're looking for, whatever. But for me, I feel like it's for in some aspects has had the opposite effect where I build so much Lego where it's just like it's not as exciting as when I was buying everything for myself, right? So
Mhm.
I do fear that sometimes it gives me a cynical outlook, especially on the themes that I don't actively collect as much, like this, as opposed to Ninjago, where it's a little more exciting for me still. So
See,
I
with
think
this
that's
set,
part of it.
I went to a toy convention, found Lloyd DX for $4, sold him for 300, went and bought this set and felt great and had a fun time building it.
You know what's crazy is I think he's gone up like another $200 since then.
I know, which I'm not angry about that. Like
He's $500
whatever.
now.
He's 400 right now.
I might
Yeah.
sell mine, honestly. Like
I mean, if you don't care
That's
about it, might as
crazy.
well.
Yeah, cheapest like good condition is 370 right now,
what the hell?
and like
Yeah.
poor condition is 300.
Wow.
But yeah, another thing with this set is I have the original Arkham Asylum set somehow. I got lucky enough to get that for a really great price, and I have it
Mhm.
next to this one. And it doesn't look super cohesive, but it's also very cool to have together because they are like the exact same color scheme. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this one.
Mhm.
So that means
Nice.
it's my turn for mine, and I'm Bricks by Mind, the biggest YouTuber here on this show. So that means my number one is the real number one of the entire episode.
Yeah,
And the
man.
number one set of 2025 is Thunderfang, the Shatter Dragon of Chaos.
The Shattered Ghost Source Dragon.
The dark,
You know what I
evil,
found out
messed up
recently?
dragon. What?
I found this out in April. Thunderfang ate Moro. Did you know about
Thunderfang ain't Moro, dude.
Thunderfang
ain't
ate Moro? The Night
No,
Skull,
okay.
Messed up.
and we're
Coming
all
back
trying.
around. Circle back around to actually talk about Thunderfang, because I'm fully serious. Thunderfang Dragon
Yeah.
of Chaos is my favorite set of 2025. Now, do I think this is the best set of 2025? No. I think it's up there. It's still like, if I was just trying to rank objectively, this would still probably be in my top 5, definitely top 10. But like the Zane Combiner mech, I think is a better build than this one. I think Lloyd's Jet mech is a better build than this one. And when I say I mean package, like better minifigures, better everything. Like those two sets are better. But I love this set. They're like it
No,
is
I
so.
think the minifigure selection here is pretty perfect.
It is. It is. It's very good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like there is better offerings this year is what I'm saying in terms of just like quote unquote objective value, and even like
Mhm.
the price is good, not the best price out of this year. But the things I love about this, number one is the personality, the character here of Thunderfang. There's a level of personality captured in the set that you do not often see, because at the end of the day, Lego is a building toy, so it looks like a toy a lot of the time, but there is so much character here in Thunderfang. In fact, I feel like the set has more character than he has in the show. Um, and that's what I adore about it. He's so much fun to pose. He's so much fun to display. The colors, as you mentioned, are great. Red and purple is something unseen before in Ninjago. Like, Ninjago does reuse color schemes a lot. You get the green Lloyd vehicles, you get the red Kai vehicles. But red and purple, unheard of. The vinyl wings are such cool pieces, the way they're transparent.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking at my builds now. The only time we've gotten red and purple has been like minor colors, like Sons of Garmadon. They'll use that, but their main color is black. Same with the
right,
Skulkin.
exactly. I think that's what the thing is, those being the primary colors. And they're
Yeah.
not, like, they're both colors
Well,
being so vibrant,
it's
right?
that
The black is
combined
just the accent here.
with like it's that combined with the pink as well. I think
The
that
pink, and then like he has
Find it.
6 eyes. That's so different for a Ninjago build. And then yeah, the play feature's really fun. How you can free the chains. He is just a great build, and like yeah, objectively, is there some things that could be a little different? Sure, um, but I think he's really really well done. Also, like the visual storytelling of him being all like skinny to show that he's been like trapped here for years, and like the fact that he combines with that side build from the other set. It's just I adore everything about this set. This is another one that like every time I look at it on my shelf, I'm like, I love that thing. It's something I pull off my shelf all the time to mess around with. Like there is so much character in this build. I love like when creature builds are done like this. I love creature builds, and yeah, I want to see more things just like this. And yeah, minifigures are great. Like for like that quote unquote all in one package, you get 4 ninja, 2 bad guys, and then of course the entire build is a bad guy. And I guess that's another thing to highlight too, is this is a full villain set, which is rare that we get in Ninjago. Um, yeah, I love this thing so much, and it is the scariest Ninjago set of all time. Like he's really scary. So you
yeah.
have to be
Well, I mean,
looking.
it is that which lurks within the unknown. So it's like
Yes.
I want to mention the wings on this thing. I don't
Yes.
typically. I think vinyl wings can be hit or miss, right?
I agree. Brick built is
Uh,
typically my favorite. Like if we
I
brick built
I
or
think I
cloth.
honestly, yeah, I prefer cloth overall. I
like
think these
cloth.
are like the best vinyl wings have ever
Yes.
looked.
And it makes sense
Ever.
why. Like the transparency here
Yeah.
is very
Mhm.
important.
Yeah, they almost kind of function as like big eyes in a way, but
Yeah.
it's also like okay, the storm aspect is great.
Mhm.
It's such a cool like I feel like I can hear the wing on these
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
guy. Like it's so cool. I think this is the best Ninjago set of the year. I don't care. I think it is objectively the best
Oh
one.
yeah, I agree. Yeah. I again, if I'm talking like on a more like I guess in terms of the build, I was more impressed by like what Lloyd's jet mech can do and what the combiner mech
Yeah.
can do. But in terms of like fun I had with the set, this was absolutely number one of the.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's so much fun to just pose around. Like I feel like okay, I love dragon builds, especially the recent ones. They've been great. But you just kind of have them standing there. You can move their head a little bit. They just kind of
Yeah.
stand there. This one, it's like, dude, I've gotten this thing into so many awesome poses.
Yeah. And yeah,
I have
the
this
being bipedal is really cool. And again, they do the
yeah,
they give that villainous vibe so well. Like you don't have to know anything about Ninjago to know this is a very dangerous creature.
well, yeah, it is the scariest Ninjago set.
It's the reptilian beast that lurks in the unknown.
Exactly. And now we know where he lurks in our
Yeah.
world. I'm so scared right now.
I'm so scared. No, he's sick. I love Thunderfang so much. And again, like it's a shame he wasn't more in the show. Whenever I think of Thunderfang, it just makes me happy because I don't think about Thunderfang in the show. I think about this set and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. I love
Mhm.
Thunderfang.
Thunderfang is the coolest guy ever.
Thunderfang, the Dragon of Chaos.
Thunder,
Thunderfang, the
thunder.
Dragon of Chaos.
Thunderfang,
lightning, and the
Dragon of
thunder.
Chaos.
Real quick aside, Matthew, please edit this out. I just want to get this out before I forget. I just realized aside from Arkham, every set on my list has appeared in Rattan.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
None of
Back-
mine have, aside from Thunderfang.
No, Colombo has, just not in your own parts.
None of mine. Also, did he ever appear physically or just in a novel?
No, just in text.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to business here.
Uh-huh.
Great lists.
Yeah,
Honestly,
great list.
like I mean, some
Now,
could have been better than others, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, this was all.
But one
of
thing
our
with Thunderfang
favorites.
is I wish he was like a tan building that cost $260. Then I would be more interested.
Yeah,
in
man.
him.
Anyways, these were all of our favorite sets, but there were also some Lego sets that came out this year.
Yeah.
that
Well, I
we
came up
maybe
with the
didn't
idea
like so
not a-
much.
because there was a set that offended me so greatly that I felt like I had to mention it amongst the sets that I loved.
Mhm.
Should I get into that? Should I break the
Yeah,
order
go
here?
for it. You can go
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
I think
So-
you should go you, me, and then Matthew. Because I'm reading what our dishonorable mentions are. I think that's a good
Yeah.
order to go.
So, without getting into too much detail, Ewoks mean a lot. And if you know the sets that came out this year, you probably know where I'm going with it. When I found out that there was going to be a buildable Wicket, I was very excited. I was so excited, in fact, that I actually campaigned for the set to be released early. Which, as
Yeah.
far as I'm aware, if you went to certain Targets, it actually wasn't on shelves. You couldn't buy it early. Target, if you found it early, they would not let you check out with it. So, first of all, Lego's actually going out of their way to make sure you can't get this early. Which, fine, whatever. I didn't even end up buying it until October anyway. But what offended me about this set, actually it was November when I bought it. Anyways, this set is $130 for 1,000 pieces. And that is already not a great price. But, okay, I'm willing to accept things like price per volume being a thing. I think that's fine to an extent, obviously, but I think there's an argument to be made for that. And if something feels like,
Mhm.
okay, maybe the piece count's not there, I'm actually getting something that feels like it's worth $130. I'm fine with that. This set should have been $60. This feels like a $60 set. Let me see how much I paid for it. Because I remember it was already on sale at Target like a few months after it came out. Let me look at my Target purchase history.
I sent you the sale, right? I messaged you and I was like, "Yo,
You
Wicked's
did.
on sale, right?" Yeah, I'm
You
sorry.
did, and I'm
sorry
like,
about
man,
that,
I need this set because the Wicket, he's only in this and that 4+ set that retired already. Man, I need this. It's Wicket, dude.
Oh, was it even half off? It might have. It was like 40% or half off. Like it was a pretty good sale. 'Cause
I think it
don't
was
think I would've sent
49.
you just- Yeah.
I think it's
'Cause I don't think I would've
49% off.
sent you like 20.
Yeah, it was
Like,
$85.
Okay.
85, and I still felt like I had spent too much on this thing.
Damn.
And on top of that, okay, it's like, well, if I'm such a big Ewok fan, then at the end of the day, I should appreciate it either way.
Mhm.
The only thing is, I don't know what this is, but this is not Wicket. This is not what he looked like. This doesn't capture the essence of Wicket at all. It more so feels like they tried to make an upscaled minifigure of the, or like just an upscaled minifigure of the Ewok Lego minifigure design.
Mm.
But then halfway through, they were like, wait, let's just make it look like a normal Ewok. So they changed like the the rest of it like waist down to make it look like Ewok legs. I don't know what happened here, but this set
You're
genuinely
right, it does
annoys
look
me.
like a minifigure. That's so weird.
Yeah, like waist up, it looks like the Ewok minifigure. And then it's like waist down, like they added fingers to it instead of minifigure hands, and then they gave
Yo,
it like Ewok.
it comes with a crystallized blade and like dark bluish gray.
Yeah,
That's kind of fire.
that is a cool aspect of it. And I like the Wicket minifigure a lot, but this is the one shot they had to make a Wicket build, and they really screwed it up,
I don't
especially
know.
with
I
how
think
much I like that
I think if the
Chewbacca
fans
build
really
they did.
if the fans really campaign for it, we can get a new one.
Yeah.
I would want Chief Chirpa next.
Yeah, maybe they
They
They already
will.
blew it.
It'll be like the Helmet series, but it's just the Wicket series. The Ewok.
Hashtag
The Ewok
remake
series, I would
Wicket.
love that. You know what? As much as I hate this set, if they can do that, if I can have an army of these of just different
Yeah.
Ewoks, I would absolutely buy every single one. In all seriousness,
Definitely.
though, I do like the concept of. Maybe I don't even like it. I think I more so just understand what they're going for. Is they built that they had that Chewbacca set, and then they're like, hey, what if we made a bunch of other sets also in this scale?
I hope they make Babu
And-
Freak.
Babu Frick in his Babu thong. All I can say is I'm glad I'm not a BB-8 fan because yikes.
Dude, did you hear? He quit making music. Did you hear about that?
BB-8?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No
That's why I
way.
said I'm glad I'm not a BB-8 fan. That and he has a 500-piece set for $90 coming out next year that looks like it should be a $40 set. But yeah, sorry sequels fans, but that's all you're getting.
People
That
always
and
say I sound like BB-8, probably because I am BB-8.
yeah.
Um,
I feel like okay, I'm smart with the Lego sets I buy. And I knew this wasn't a good deal. I was gonna get this day one, and I was really stressed out about because I was already having a very expensive haul on August 1st, and I was coming off of like a vacation that I had just taken, and I was coming up on another trip, like a month after. I'm like, man, how am I gonna afford the Ewok? I'm glad I didn't even buy it because if I had bought this full price, I would have been really upset. I would have been so
Yeah.
mad.
can I get into my dishonorable mentions?
Please,
You
I need to
may.
stop talking about this freaking Ewok.
So first one, and this will tie into a conversation we're gonna have in Matthew's section, but I just want to mention this one specific set. Krusty Burger was in my top 5. Bottom like 2, The Simpsons gift with purchase. Now, a gift with purchase is a whole other conversation. What's going on with them? And there's this weird argument of like you don't want it to be too good because then it's like FOMO, and then like people who buy the set in the future don't get the complete set. But then the Simpsons gift with purchase is the opposite side of that, where that might be the worst set I've ever seen. 'Cause it's the Simpsons living room, but it doesn't come with any minifigures. So that means if you want Marge or Maggie, there's no way to get them right now. Like that would like I would obviously prefer if they were easily accessible, but
Mhm.
I would rather them be in the gift with purchase than be nowhere, which is what they are right now. Like you have to go back in time 10
Mhm.
years to get them. But okay, beyond that, okay, you're not doing the minifigures, you're just doing a little diorama of the Simpsons living room. It doesn't even look good. It's the couch like fits one minifigure. That's not what the couch. The whole thing about the Simpsons is the couch. You want to put all the entire family on the couch. What do you mean? There's no room for the minifigures on the couch. Like I got that set. I got the gift of purchase with the set. I still haven't built it because I'm like, I don't want this thing on my shelf. I got it because I own every Lego Simpsons thing, and I didn't want to like miss out on that one. But it's like, I don't even want to put this thing together. It's like, if you're
You
a
know what you
longtime
should
fan-
do? You should put Fortnite minifigures in here.
that would be fire, actually.
That would be
fire.
tough.
Oh, you mean by minifigures? You mean one minifigure, right? Because that's all that could fit there is one mini. You might be
Fit
able to fit 2.
Not
Yeah,
on,
you
not
might be-
on the couch. I mean, just like battling in the room.
That would be fun. That would actually be pretty fire.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, the best idea of what to do with that
Yes.
set.
But I also
I
own the
looked at the
Simpsons
set.
house, so it's like I have a better version of it already. But
Yeah.
I
yeah,
look
that
at the
thing's
set. I
horrible.
just think this is like Bart Pool's room. This is not where the family sits. This is where Bart Pool goes.
And then a personal gripe, which I think the two of you agree with, but the general public doesn't. I hated the whole F1 collab. I found
Yeah,
it so
same.
boring. Now within the context of Speed Champions, I still think it's boring that you're releasing 10 of the same set in multiple colors. I think it's really lame to have like the Kick set because Kick is
Yeah, we got a
horrible
problematic
platform.
Lego set with this.
We do have a problematic Lego set, dude. Even my camera's mad at me, man.
Mhm.
Now, okay,
But
here's the thing with F1. I'm like, okay, the silver lining here is at least we're not going to get any more F1 sets, right?
nope.
Turns out Lego figured out a way to make more F1 sets.
But so the Speed Champions is whatever. It's like it's not for me. But like, if there's a theme that's gonna do the F1 collab, Speed Champions makes sense.
Mhm.
City was like, is that really necessary? Do we need F1 in City? No, probably not. But also, it's City. Who cares? City releases 30,000 sets. Like, you're not taking any slots from anything else.
Yeah.
What really bothered me was the CMF. The F1 CMF
Uh-huh.
was awful. Now, if they had released this as its own thing, like the Unikitty CMF or the Mario figures, it wouldn't bother me as much. But it took we always get 3 minifigure series a year, and that was one of the 3. And it was just these cars that all look the same without full minifigures, and it's just, if you don't care about F1, which I don't, it's just nothing.
It's not
just
even
nothing.
useful. Like, it's not
No.
even useful.
No, the parts that you get the helmet, which is like kind of a cool piece, but that's it.
The
And-
helmet, it's like, get the one that looks like the ninja, and you put it on that ninja, and you make a post with it, and then you throw it away.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I will say, I
so,
think at least the F1 movie car from next year is interesting because it's got good minifigures.
Mhm.
And
well, that's it. If they
I don't
had
know.
done like racer minifigures that like had realistic skin tones and like were actually based off real life people, I think that could have been something to make it kind of interesting. But no.
Mhm.
And then this is a whole other conversation, which could be its own podcast topic. But the Kit car is the worst example, but a lot of the sponsors are like, they're not great. It's like there's not many morals that go into the sponsors of F1 cars, and I think it's somewhat irresponsible of Lego to be like advertising that and their sets marketed towards
Mhm.
children. I mean, you see it with the Red Bull set, right? The Red Bull car, despite not being a more complex build or anything, and being the same exact price, was marketed as 18 plus because Red Bull is an energy drink and you legally can't market that to children. But something like Kick is not like, there's not legal rules around it. But at least from my perspective, if you're going to make that set, which I don't think you should, I don't think Kick fits Lego's brand values at all. But if you're going to make that set, bare minimum, it should have been 18 plus.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
I think it was very irresponsible of Lego to put that out on a set that's marketed like
I
16
went-
plus.
I just opened up Kick.com. The fourth highest, so the top categories, the top 4 are IRL, Just Chatting, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Slots Casino.
That's actually gone down because I remember when that set came out, I opened it up and Slots
And
Casino
this is
was
just
number 1.
this is just right now. This is
Mhm.
current viewers right now.
So
Mhm.
my bigger issue with the F1 collab in general is I'm sick of seeing F1 everywhere. I feel like it's been
That
pushed
too.
really hard in the US this year, and like
Mhm.
to me it is not an interesting sport. It has never been an interesting sport. It's not even really a sport to me. Like if Joe Schmo can't go out his door and like go to the go play the sport, it's not a sport. I'm really against like the like class separation
Mhm.
that is so ingrained in F1. Like F1 drivers are all extremely wealthy before they're F1 drivers. You cannot play that sport if you're not extremely wealthy. And I'm not
I
really
also-
on
the-
board with that.
Even beyond the like hyper, the more quote unquote problematic sponsorships, just the hyper sponsorships in general, the fact that we're just releasing a bunch of toys with like 50 ads on it,
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
find it lame. I don't find it cool to like purchase like spend $28 to look at a bunch of ads essentially. Like,
One
there's some
thing I
funny
wanna
ones.
I want to say is like, okay, I'm not a sports fan. I don't watch sports or anything like that, but I will advocate for getting sets around sports because people will wear like a basketball jersey, like a soccer jersey as
Mhm.
like part of their everyday
My-
wardrobe. And I like having that
my-
for minifigure options for characters. to make my friends and like real life people and stuff like that.
I
You
I
don't
would
get that
love
with F1.
actual. Yeah, I would love actual sports like minifigures. Like,
Yeah, and we got great basketball minifigures. I love those basketball.
hmm I'm a big hockey fan. We've not really gotten any good hockey stuff since like 2002. So
Yeah.
like I would love to get some kind of like officially branded hockey thing in modern Lego, but like that's an actual sport. I've played hockey
But I
before.
also, I like,
I
listen,
I will
F1, like,
never
it's
drive
race
an
cars.
F1
Kids
car.
find race cars cool. I get that. Like, that makes sense
Yeah.
to me. But I think, at least from my perspective, F1 is a much more interesting collaboration if it isn't, like, literal, like, this is the exact car with all the sponsorships on it.
Mhm.
Like, if it was...
From what I can tell culturally, F1 seems to be one of those things where people like the idea of liking F1 more than they actually like it. And you know what else is kind of like that is Lego. People Lego outsiders like the idea of buying a Lego
Mm.
set more than they actually care about Lego, like from a brand or cultural perspective or anything like that. So, and a Lego F1 set is perfect for that demographic.
I also didn't love the whole like it spanned every theme. Like
Yeah,
it didn't need
because
to
it's
be
like
in
the year
city.
before, the year before we had space doing that,
It's very
and
funny to
that
go
was
from space to F1.
yeah,
Like,
and that was so
Also,
welcome because
just an aside, to not release Star Trek in the space year is very funny to me.
yeah, but like okay, you can do a Friends space sub theme and make that work. You can do a Technic space sub theme and make that work because space is so broad where it's
Yeah.
like that's like a F1 is way too specific.
yeah.
And there were Duplo F1 sets.
But I also know, like, we are, like, this is our perspective. I think these sets did pretty well, so I guess there is an audience. The CMF, I think, was pretty universally disliked. I mean, it sits on the shelves, and I've
Well, that's
never
the
seen
reason I
anyone
couldn't
post...
find Spider-Verse for months.
Yeah.
Which,
So,
Spider-Verse, I do think probably benefited from the F1 CMF, because they probably had more budget left over to make that one great.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, but yeah, the Speed Champion sets, from what I've seen, people seem to like, and I made a hater video when the collab was announced. All the comments would be like, "We're like, dude, what's wrong with you? I love F1." So I was like, "Oh, my bad,
Yeah.
my bad."
F1's for normies. It's a normie thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that
I'm not like the other girls. I don't like F1. I like, Ninjago and
And it's like I like Speed Champions a lot, and I'll get them if they're like I like the more normal cars, like not the race car stuff from Speed Champions. So this is like the exact opposite of what I like from that theme.
Also,
all right.
and I will credit. I appreciate how they made the build different in most of the F1 Speed Champions cars. Despite making up the same shape, they did the same shape in different ways, which they didn't need to do. It makes it more interesting if you actually buy them all, but I'm not buying any. So.
Yeah.
Or if you're like some YouTubers, you buy 2 of all of them because that's actually what's in real life.
Wow.
I don't know who did that, but if you did that, shout out to you. That's dedication. You're the GOAT. All right, Matthew. What are your most hated sets of all time?
So I'm gonna go in order from least egregious to most egregious. So, I'm gonna start with the evil Transformer.
I'm actually excited to talk about this because I did not know until right before I started filming that Matthew didn't like this set, but I hated this set. But I thought it was just because I didn't like Transformers.
I am a huge Transformers fan. As you can see, the shelves behind me are mostly taken up by Transformers. Like half of that is Transformers. I was really excited for Bumblebee last year before I saw pictures of it. I did not buy Bumblebee. Bumblebee is my favorite Transformer. I think that set was abysmal.
Bumblebee is my favorite Transformer.
That like when that set was when that set was revealed, I honestly I feel like that build was almost unforgivably bad. It looked nothing like what they wanted it to. And you needed to literally disassemble it to transform it. There are hundreds of Bumblebee toys that are extremely simple to transform. They could have just taken the transformation from one of those. It didn't need to be super complicated. Literally just have the arms slide out, have the legs fold out. It would have even then been able to have elbows and knees, which the official set does not. But I hate that set. But then they revealed this year we're getting Soundwave. It looks technically okay. Um, Especially because Soundwave is literally just a rectangle. He's a cassette player, which is just a rectangle. You can't mess that up, right? Well, wrong. Um, this might be my least favorite set that I interacted with this year.
And yeah, so for context, Lan sent it to me early, and I don't think I ever actually made a video on it. Sorry, Lego. This is me making a video on it now. Hi guys. Just because
Lego, if you're watching, he's sorry. All right.
I'm so sorry. No, part of the reason why is I built it, and I'm not a Transformers guy in the first place. But then I built it, and I'm like, I still don't like this thing. So I never know what to do with it. Like, I don't mind being negative in a video, but like, if I'm gonna sit down and spend hours working on a video, just be like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Like, and then people don't want to hear my perspective on that either, because like, wow, this non-Transformers fan doesn't like the. And I was also hearing from everybody else, like, who was a Transformers fan, looks pretty good. This is exactly what I want it to be. So, yeah, I didn't know what to do with the video. I was thinking about it for a while, and then eventually it was like a month after release, and I was like, I guess I'm not making a video on it.
You get Soundwave and his chudly little brothers.
The little ones are cool. Did I keep the little ones, or did I send them to you, Matthew? I don't know.
No, you sent them to me, and those I think are actually very well done and are my favorite part of the set.
I agree.
Soundwave himself is terrible. He is not fun to transform. He's so finicky. He can't stand up because the transformation takes away from some of the like necessary like build integrity that would allow him to stand up. The build feels like so unbelievably complicated for no reason. I feel like my issue with these Transformer sets is they're being designed by Lego designers and not people who have knowledge of making a Transformers toy. Like because I think it is a pretty intricate design process, and you need to kind of know what you're doing. And this set just like it falls apart every single time I've tried to transform it. Not once have I like attempted to transform this thing without something coming off in like a really frustrating way that makes me have to like stop everything that I'm doing to like put it back together. I also having it in hand, I don't even think it looks very good. Like
that's how I feel. I think he's such an ugly. He's just boxy and ugly, and like the arms are really thin, the legs are really thick.
Well, there are like you can make this character look very cool. They didn't. Yeah. The legs are too big in proportion to the arms, which is like there's no reason for that. The arms don't fold away. Like the arms just kind of stick off the back of the cassette player in like vehicle mode. It just isn't a fun toy. It's $180. It's just like it's a bad set. And like they have a Transformer on shelves right now in Lloyd's like plane that turns into a robot, and that set's awesome. Like that is what a Transformer should be. That's what
like
all of the
Lee Chi Wing knew how to make a Transformer set.
Yeah.
The guys who did the Transformers set didn't know how to do it.
Don't take him off in Ninjago. Lee, I love you. I want the best for you, but you gotta stay on Ninjago, man.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying bring Lee over. I'm just saying, dude, the Ninjago guy is like doing Transformers on you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at they got the lineup of Optimus, Soundwave, and Bumblebee is so chudly. It's such a funny looking set. Like, oh my gosh.
I have no perspective. I think Optimus looks cool. The other two are like, well, I don't care about Transformers enough to even have an opinion. I thought Soundwave looked bad, and then every Transformers fan was like, "This is the best set ever," and I was like, "Well, okay, I guess." And also, I didn't even know who Soundwave was before the set was revealed. That's how little of a Transformers fan. I knew 3 Transformers. I knew Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and Megatron, and the Oreo robot from the movies. There was the one that was made of Oreos. Remember that one?
No.
There's an Oreo truck that transforms into a Transformer with the Oreos logo all over him. It's in like the 4th movie.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna get Bumblebee and keep it in car.
But I just think the set's terrible. Anyways, moving on. A set that I do not own, so I might have felt differently if I did purchase this, and it is a set I was excited for until I saw it.
I think you would have felt worse about it.
If I bought it?
Yeah, I think you'd have been like way worse.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but I'm just saying that because like I don't know. it might have redeeming qualities that I am unaware of because I've not actually touched it. But Hogsmeade is, I think, the worst Harry Potter set of all time. It is $400 for what I think looks like a $200 build. It's so shallow. Hogsmeade is a village, not a street. So it being modular style makes no sense in its context. And like they've done now like 4 Hogsmeade sets that are not like UCS or anything. And I think those sets, I think their total price is like 100 or 250 or something, and they do a much better job at portraying Hogsmeade than this does because like
Yeah.
why is it a street? Why
Well,
is it
that's
a
what's
street?
funny is they took 3 of the $80 sets, smashed them together, and then upped the price by 160 for some reason. Also, like legendary levels of bad minifigure selection. Like,
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I
they,
didn't
they
even-
screwed up Cornelius Fudge, and I don't know
they
how you
screwed up Cornelius
how
Fudge,
you-
and I'm so mad.
how you can do that. I don't know how you can do that.
No, the
But he
minifigure
did it.
selection here is so bad. We're talking like Stranger Things level of bad.
No, it's worse than Stranger Things.
Is
Stranger Things
it-
at least
I-
has like
Stranger Things
6 good
at least-
figures.
At least they had Vecna
true.
in there.
Yeah, Vecna's
That's
pretty
true.
good. Yeah. This one though, like, I was so hyped for Cornelius Fudge. Like, if Cornelius Fudge was done well, I'd fully be back on Lego Harry Potter. I'd be like, no, forget about everything else I said. Lego Harry Potter is now my favorite. But nope.
I would've
of course,
watched
they
it.
go and ruin Cornelius Fudge.
Yeah,
And
but
it's like
this set's
we've
just really
gotten
bad.
good versions of him before, and it's like, man, if I already
we
have the
actually-
good
Have we
version.
ever gotten a Cornelius Fudge before?
Yes, he was in Hagrid's Hut Buckbeak's Rescue.
Oh, duh, of course.
But
Cornelius Fudge
also
was there,
another
and
so
he looked great.
further issues I have with this set.
A modern
Um,
Cornelius Fudge that's better than this?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that's really. I didn't even realize that's really funny.
But this set also includes 2 builds that were in an $80 set. So then we've got 3 buildings here that are like not like this just doesn't do what it should. Like this set could have been so much better, and it just isn't, and it's really disappointing. And what, 1 minifigure in the set has leg printing, or 2 minifigures here have leg printing. The
And it's all
minifigures are
reused
so
parts. Like,
Yeah,
it's very fair.
this set's so bad, but I don't have much else to say about it. It's just terrible, and that's
It's
all I have
Chudley.
to say. Yeah,
It's
it's Chudley.
Chudley.
And then finally, this is not one in particular, but this is just a concept as a whole that Lego, I feel like, has done more of this year than in any other year in the past, and that is timed gift with, like the gift with purchases that are exclusive to a UCS set for the weekend of their release. Not unlike my my little shuttlecraft. In fact, this is included in this. As much as I love that build, the way you need to get it is horrible. You should not have to, like, I know, Sean, you make the
Yeah.
devil's advocate argument about this being like good for sales, and that might be the case. I
Well,
think
no,
it's
listen,
terrible that there
fan,
are.
I hate it, but from a business perspective, I see why they do it. Like, it's horrible for fans, but from a marketing perspective, there's just no denying it's objectively a good thing for Lego, and it is anti-consumer. I fully agree, it's anti-consumer.
I
but
think a better way to do it, to have an incentive there to buy the set, is to make it like, if you're an insider, you get it for buying that set, and just keep
but
it
again,
around.
it doesn't drive you day one. That's the thing. It's they want
I
those
guess.
day one sales. Think about
Mhm.
like the fish tank. Okay, really rough set, especially price point. It's what, 480 on that thing. So even if you love that set, no one wants to pay 480 for the fish tank. Everyone who is, and it's not an IP set, so anyone who's remotely interested in that thing would just go, I'm gonna wait for a sale, because obviously it's $480. It's going down. But then they're like, the cloning chamber. You get the cloning
Yeah,
chamber
I need-
for free.
You got to make the clones somehow, so it's like, I get
No,
it.
but you get that little fish tank filter, which again is nothing. That's a nothing build. But then it creates that sense of FOMO where it's like, well, I want to get this set anyway. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was cheaper, but I'm a high paying consumer because that's who these sets are for. They're not for the average man. They're for the wealthy class, right? And it's like,
Especially
I have-
because, like, honestly, the set's kind of really bad anyways. And,
Mhm.
like, I think it's the idea of, okay, maybe it'll look a little bit better if I get that little extra piece to get the filter on that, you know?
and it's just the fear. It's like I should get it day one, so that way I don't miss out. And it's
A further frustration I have with these is like for the Enterprise, the gift with purchases until supplies last, or for the 3 days of its release weekend.
Yeah.
But they sold out early on day one. They were sold out by like 10 a.m. That's ridiculous. If you didn't wake up early the day after Thanksgiving, you can never get this set again.
Well, they do rerun them a lot of the time.
That's fine. We don't know for sure if that's gonna happen, when that's gonna happen. What if you don't have? What if you break your leg and have like a medical expense, and now great, you can't buy the Enterprise because you just had to go to the hospital.
Yep.
And oh well, that's when the gift with purchase is available again. And if you can't get it now, you'll never get this again. That's not like this is not what it should be about. I
agree. I fully agree. Again, from a consumer perspective, I fully agree with you as a fan. But again, I've yet to see an argument as to why, from Lego's perspective, why they should stop. Because as much as I hate it, as much as I would love for this to always be available, unfortunately, it drives. Because the other thing too is, let's say it is just you're an insider and you get it whenever you go to purchase the set, right? Then there's going to be a lot of people who are like, I want Arkham eventually. I want the Ninjago City Workshops eventually. I want the Enterprise eventually, but I don't need them right away. Well, then when a new thing's revealed, it's like, I've got 3 sets I'm waiting on already, so I don't really need this new one. But if you buy Star Trek immediately for the gift with purchase, if you buy Arkham didn't have one, right?
Arkham did not have one.
Okay, so you just buy Star Trek immediately for the gift with purchase. You buy the Fish Tank immediately to make sure you still get the gift with purchase. Then that next big set's revealed that also has a gift with purchase, and you're like, well, there's nothing else I'm saving for right now. And again, the total money doesn't change, but it's again they're not targeting the average man. They're targeting these high-paying consumers who have the money to drop on anything. It decreases the quote-unquote backlog of like things they want to buy. It's buy now, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't wait to make up your mind. Just buy now, and then you'll get everything. As opposed to if you wait, you won't get everything. The one set, and I don't buy many D2Cs, so this is kind of like an exception, I guess. The one set that I did that for was X Mansion because I wanted Cerebro.
Mm-hmm.
And Matthew, you don't like that set, right?
What's up?
Cerebro?
I do.
You do like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, because I love that set, and I don't care.
The minifigure's terrible, I think, but the actual build is good.
Well, sure, yeah. That's the one I did it for, and it was like, it was because I was gonna get the set anyways, so it's like, it was a Christmas gift. I'm like, let's just order it now so I can get Cerebro. I'm gonna get it anyways.
No, I mean, I've done it twice now. I did it for X Mansion and I did it for the Enterprise.
But more than, I think X Mansion more than the Enterprise, Matthew, it had that effect where I think you may have waited a little bit on the X Mansion if it didn't have that gift with purchase like that.
Mm-hmm.
That it was probably a month one for you, but it may not have been a day one if it wasn't for the gift with purchase.
Yeah.
So it's like, as much as it sucks, and as much as I would love to see him change that, it is unfortunately quite good for business. Now I think they could do a lot to make these gift with purchases more interesting, in my opinion. And there is that weird line of like, you don't. I think it sucks if a set feels incomplete without it. Like the Death Star not including the TIE Fighter. I know people don't like Cerebro, but I honestly think that one's the perfect in between for me, where it's like, Cerebro, you get a location for it in the set itself. And the only exclusive things you get with the actual build is the little Cerebro brick, and then the screen with Jubilee on it. For me, as a fan of the X-Men movies, I think that represents Cerebro from those movies really well. And I like having that. So I like the build enough to be like, yeah, I want to get this, so I'll get X Mansion on release to get that little gift with purchase.
Well, my thing with
it's not Cerebro. With Cerebro, I think it's one of those sets where I honestly think that's a more interesting build to people who aren't already getting the X Mansion as well. Because if you're not getting the X Mansion, like let's say it was just like a spend 300 that weekend and get it. If you're spending 300 on something else, you'd get that and be like, it's sort of like a little taste of the X Mansion, right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to like, yeah, if you get it, it's cool to have, but you're sort of
the only
two
thing
versions
is,
of it.
It's not like you're not getting you're getting Cerebro as like a thing within X Mansion, and it's not missing, so you won't not get Cerebro. But Cerebro does not look anything like that in X Mansion. In fact, there is no Cerebro room in the mansion itself, so it's not like you don't get Cerebro as a room in the set, and it's a very unique location because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you're not if you don't get it, it doesn't feel like you're missing like a key part of that set.
I think the Lord of the Rings ones I actually think have been pretty good, where it's like they're very. I mean, the Fell Beast was like a pretty rough thing to not have wide released, but the newer one where it's like the Gollum flashback scene, right? That's what that I think is really good, where it's like really cool for hardcore fans, but doesn't like tie directly into the set that it's
Yeah.
tied with. So it's like the set's still a set without it. This is just something from the same IP. And then you have like the Pirates of the Caribbean one, which I think is so boring. Like that's sort of the flip side of things, where it's like, and I mean, it's still selling, so I guess people want it on the aftermarket. But in my opinion, I don't care at all that I didn't get that thing. I think it's so just nothing. It's just a little pocket watch. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the best answer is. I know the worst answer though is the Death Star or the fish tank, where it's like here's something that goes onto the set that you won't have if you don't get it day one. That is the worst.
Yeah.
So incredibly lame.
Yeah.
Star Trek I think is sort of an in between, where I think it's neat how it's like not directly tied into the set, right? It's a minifigure scale thing when the set's micro scale, but it is still an exclusive character you're missing, which I think is rough. And then it is the only minifigure scale set released as well.
The thing about that character is she's very unimportant.
Okay.
In fact, she's so unimportant that I think she's a weird inclusion. Especially like to get an exclusive double-sided face print.
You think it's kind of like a Barb situation?
You know, I had that same exact thought, Henry. I had that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that exact same thing.
It absolutely is a Barb situation where it's just like this is because there's another character in the crew of the Enterprise who should have come in this. He's the like transporter room like operator. His name is Chief O'Brien, and he I think is the biggest like missing character from the set, and including him with the shuttlecraft would have made a lot of sense. The character they included doesn't even get introduced until like season 5, I think, and she's not an important character. Is that Ramirez?
It's Ramirez. Hi, Ramirez.
Nice, man. But
Hi.
like the character it comes with is not an important character. She's just like a side character that's introduced for some conflict. But like putting her in this, that's weird. My only thought was it was like to balance the male-female ratio a little better.
That would make sense.
But like Miles O'Brien wouldn't have even needed a new head. Like he could very easily have just used been a purist custom.
Dude, Henry, that's so scary.
But like I think this is the first one in a long time that's included an exclusive print too, because like now that's out of production. That minifigure is just completely like forever locked into that set. Like you cannot.
I mean, I think most have an exclusive print. It's not often a minifigure print though.
Well, yeah, I'm fine with it having an exclusive print though. Like in the build, that's one thing because it's easy to just exclude that if you want to build it yourself. But if you wanted to do this yourself, you literally cannot make that minifigure without buying this set.
No, it is a very anti-consumer business practice, but I think Lego's seen success in it, so that's why it's picking up. I'm glad Ninjago has not reached that.
Yeah, I will say if there is a Ninjago one, I mean, chances are I'm probably buying it day one anyways. But if there is a Ninjago one, I will go out and make sure I can get it, unless it sucks. If it sucks, I'm not gonna try to get it. If it's like a cloning chamber type of build, I probably won't want it.
And with that, we're at about 2.5 hours. So
I think that's probably long enough. I know we had other things we
want to
perhaps
wrap
wanted
up
to discuss, but I think this is a
Yeah.
nice long Christmas podcast for all Christmas fans.
I know you guys are going to be building your Death Stars, building your Gizmos, your Wickets. Hopefully not Wicked, but maybe your Wicked. You got some Wicked sets, BB-8s. That'll be a good day one for you to get BB-8.
Ramirez hangs out in my tape. Isn't that cute?
That is cute, man. That's really cute. For those wondering what's going on here, if you're not, this is Palpatine.
That's so scary, dude.
Yeah. Anyways, if we want to talk about, I guess, just general thoughts on the year overall, brief summary, like
honestly, I thought this was a kind of weak year for Lego overall. I think I was blind. Ninjago was good. Ninjago was pretty good this year, and One Piece made me very happy. Like One Piece was a
Mhm.
breath of fresh air for Lego generally because it was a new IP with a play theme. Which when was the last time we had that? Trolls?
Yeah.
Like it's been a
I think
while.
like technically Indiana Jones
Okay, I guess so.
or
If you could-
Avatar actually.
Okay, Avatar.
Wait, hold on. I mean, we had Fortnite and like Animal Crossing, and
I
like
guess I
stuff
should
like that.
specify like a new, like I don't know, One Piece I would expect to be a little more adult focused. I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
and one that's like a new play theme that's not targeted at kids.
Okay.
As much and
Yeah.
the live action One Piece is like a 14 plus show.
I
So
think
that
the
felt like a
way
breath.
the way I feel about like a lot of the stuff from this year is it's like just continuations of stuff I already like.
Mm-hmm.
Not much new introduced. I mean, One Piece is cool. Bluey's nice. Like we didn't even talk about
Oh, yeah,
Bluey. I'm so happy to have
Bluey's
Lego
nice.
Bluey.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not a Bluey fan. I only bought the poly bag, but I'm happy that exists. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I'll let you finish, Sean. Then I'll get some
yeah,
more.
I don't know. When I was scrolling through the sets trying to pick out my top 5, there's just a lot that I don't know, it's boring to me. Icons and ideas have just ballooned out of control, in my opinion. And again, I
Mhm.
know it's for the like wider audience of non-typical Lego fans. Icons ideas are amazing because you have these IPs, you have these objects that are all like they bring in the new audience, right? So I get there's the market for them, but
Yeah.
for a longtime Lego fan, it's just I glaze over when I see that. It's just like, that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory set. I saw that. I'm like, does anyone remember this thing? Does anyone think back and go, "Wow, I'm really glad that set came out." Like, and it's not the worst set ever, but it's like, it's fine. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a positive memory with that set, and it's like not even about the set itself. I've never seen the movie. There's a funny video associated with the set, and that's it. Like that's the only attachment I have to it. So I'll never forget it because of that. But yeah, for me,
Tropical
this is
Aquarium, Holiday Express Train, Family Christmas Tree, Captain Jack Sparrow's Pirate Ship, Transformers Soundwave, Shelby Cobra 427 SC, How to Train Your Dragon Toothless, The Simpsons Krusty Burger, Lord of the Rings Book Nook, Shuttle Carrier Aircraft, Sherlock Holmes Book Nook, The Shire, French Cafe, and Tudor Corner. That is all the icon sets from this year.
yeah, just I mean the modular was good, but
It's a mod.
kind of a
They're all
weak.
the same.
Exactly. The way I feel about Lego as a whole this year is like this is the least I've bought Lego in like a while. This is the least amount I've spent on Lego, and the least
This
amount I've just
year-
acquired. But it's like there's many factors for that. I mean, one reason is just because I made a conscious decision not to buy as many sets from themes that I don't actively collect much of. Like I think I only bought maybe like two or three Friends sets this year, and they were all like $20. Barely bought any Marvel sets this year. I only bought one Star Wars set, and that was the Plo Koon micro, and that's for a minifigure. Like I'm not displaying the set. But some other factors are like I didn't have to buy much of the Summer Ninjago wave because I had opportunities to get the minifigures elsewhere, and those sets were very expensive. It is, but a lot of it is just like Lego is getting to a point where even if the sets do feel worth the price, they're so expensive.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
just
think
so
Lego
big.
themselves,
I want more
yeah.
small stuff that's interesting.
Fortunately, it does feel like Lego themselves has this because there's a lot of really great small stuff coming out next year. Some of my most anticipated sets of January are small sets, like that little Spider-Man set with Venom, the Spider-Man 3 set. That's $25. It's tiny.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. The DeLorean, a little car, like a Speed Champions car. Perfect set. I'm excited for that. City's got some really great small stuff, and I'm happy about that. And I want to continue to support stuff and buy stuff like that.
Just real quick, a note: the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory set is currently 4 times VIP points right now.
Oh wow.
Oh, that must mean it's doing great.
Yeah, it is on back order, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
also 4 times VIP points. So take from that what you will.
It has 2,025 pieces. That's
Yo,
the same
this
year it came out.
That's this year.
That's this. You think they're gonna do another one next year with 2026?
Probably. Yeah, so overall, I'd say my tops of the year is probably Gizmo. Yeah, probably Gizmo.
I just remember. Okay, I'm upset because I just remember the minifigure vending machine and like how cool that set is, and then the fact that it's $180.
Yeah. If that was like if they made a smaller version of that for like $60, I would be all over that. Especially when I was younger. Like I would be all over
Exactly.
that.
Well, it's
but-
like it's not even like okay, it's $180, but it's also 1,000.
yeah. But it has
Come
the
on.
Golden Spaceman. Have you considered the Golden Spaceman?
Yeah.
I care about the turquoise spaceman more than I care.
They'll all be on Pick a Brick next month anyway. So.
Yep.
Twoo. All right, Matthew. Any thoughts on the year that you want?
It was like 5 out of 10. I think January for next year is already looking up. Like there's
Yeah,
so much.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
coming out.
Ninjago's. I mean, I guess Legacy's amazing. Main Wave is.
And I liked
but-
Ninjago decently this year, but man, next year is like the legacy stuff is just. I mean, it's easier for me because I'm like I already know what all this stuff is. I don't know what the elemental monsters are. I don't know what the Arc Dragon of Life is. So it's like that doesn't mean much to me. But this legacy stuff is great. Most excited I've been for Ninjago, like a new Ninjago wave, probably since the 10th anniversary sets. Like,
yeah.
very excited.
And already, this is better than the 10th anniversary. Like.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
this is the best in terms of. I made a whole Twitter thread the other day
Yeah.
talking about like this is the most we've gotten of things from the show in the sets. By a long shot. The previous
Yes.
holder for that number was 2017, which is because there was like the Bricktober pack, and
And
Ha-
movie gave them the chance to do quite a few characters.
there were 3 from the show. There were 3 in the Elemental Master pack, like 3 things from the show that we got. 3 characters that we got from the movie wave, 4 from that Bricktober pack. 3 from the movie.
Yeah.
Mother Doomsday, Ed and Edna.
You
Just those
forgot
3.
Sally.
Sally, does she count?
She counts, dude. It's Sally. They specifically.
Okay,
named
but
her
nothing about her aside from the shape of her hair and the fact that she's a small child indicates that she's
I
from
think
the
shape
show.
of the hair counts. Unlike Patty Keys, who was named
I
Patty
don't
Keys,
count
but
that.
is definitely not.
I don't
Patty
count that
Keys.
splish. We got a reverse of it though. We got Fred Finley in the show from the movie.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. And then also Hands of Time gave us Ray and Maya, which is like those are characters from the show that existed set wave. So yeah, and that's 11. This is 19 just from the January stuff and the March set that we've seen so far. We still don't know what might be coming for the summer. We don't know how much might be in that last Legacy set. So that's like it
And
could
any
be
other, like if there's a new book or anything coming out, like
or like any sort of those types of products, anything.
Yeah.
So
Good
very
stuff.
excited for that. It just feels like it's so beautiful that we're at the point where like somebody like Lee is on the Ninjago designer. He is someone who started out as a fan of the show, who gets
he actually
it.
didn't though. Do you know that story? He wasn't.
No,
a fan
what?
before he joined. Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh,
he was when he was like in the application process. I hope I'm telling the story right. When he was in the application process, he like wanted to do a last few things before he actually joined the Lego group, and it was during the 10th anniversary when the that Ideas like Ninjago thing was going on. So he's like, yeah, I'll do like this is my last chance to do this as a fan, so let me submit. And he watched the entire show to like understand Ninjago so he could submit to the Ideas thing. And you probably know his project. He was the one with, I believe, with like the build model of Harumi, and there was like all these all these characters and stuff on the side. Like it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So that's how it got into Ninjago, was for that Ideas project.
Okay, well either way, he's somebody who absolutely gets it. Like he understands what the fans want. He understands like stuff we've been waiting
Sakota
for.
on the team now too.
Exactly.
His stuff's not coming out yet, but I really look forward to seeing what he can do once his stuff is on its way.
And I think Sakota is gonna bring in some good like Bionicle influence, but also he is like I was a fan of Ninjago Cast when that was still going on, and I mean he's a fan as well. So we'll see what he ends up doing, but I have nothing but high hopes for the future of Ninjago as a whole, at least as a set theme. Who knows where it's going in the future, but as a show, but
yeah. All right, I need to call it. I have to go to bed.
I'm hungry. I want to go eat. So.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, the
Enjoy
fans.
your Lego sets.
Merry Christmas.
Comment below what you
Okay.
got. I like to know that
Oh,
sort of stuff.
My camera died again. Perfect timing.
Awesome. All right,
Ah,
thank you everyone for
done.
watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and also like the video. And
Yeah.
also leave a comment.
Comment what you got for
I'm-
Christmas. I want to know.
Yeah, tell
What
us.
Legos
Tell us
did
what
you
got
get?
for Christmas. I'm
And did you
Matthew,
have a good
this is
Christmas,
Henry,
or was
and,
everybody fighting in your household? Let us know that too.
we don't need to know that.
I want to know that.
Okay. Well, I am Matthew. This is Henry Baloney, and that's Burst My Mind, and I hope you enjoy.
And my
We will
camera's
see
off.
Bye,
you all
guys.
next
Bye,
time.
friends.
Bye bye.
Bye.